Wilkerson Sanders Memorial Stadium, Rockwall, Texas. The 3-1 Heath Hawks taking on the Legacy Red Raiders, who have made the 90-mile journey west to the Dallas DFW Metroplex. It's the District 10 6A opener. We'll bring it to you live on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Our homecoming queen nominees are Kira Huynh, escorted by her father, Hugh Huynh.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shannon Rodden alongside Justin Webb with Tristan Rodden on the board and Brian James on camera. The Heath Hawks coming off an impressive start to the 2025 season and come into tonight's game 3-1 after a very tough preseason schedule. The Red Raiders come in 2-2, who have also played a tough preseason schedule, but tonight it all resets, and we begin the district season where 7 teams will compete for 4 playoff spots. I want to welcome in my broadcast partner, Justin Webb. And Justin, you and I sat down with Coach Rodney Webb this week, and he is very excited about where his team is at this point in the season. And he reiterated what we have talked about for weeks, and that is this is the deepest District 10 6A that he has ever seen. And he even said that's the deepest district that he has ever seen, not just District 10 6A.
Well, thanks, Shannon. And yes, as you mentioned, Coach Webb was very excited even before the season started about his team. Now, after 4 non-district games, he told us he feels really good right until you remember what district we're in. And District 10 6A has a combined 20-8 record so far through 4 non-district games. All 7 teams are capable of winning in any given week as district play starts tonight. Coach Webb telling us 2 things he thinks are going to make the difference this year. Who can bring it every week? He said if you're not ready, you're likely going to get your tail kicked any given week. And who's going to stay healthy? The Hawks getting healthy tonight as number 3 Dylan McCann returns for the first time this season. Last year, the Hawks lost 31-30 in overtime against these Tyler Legacy Red Raiders in the first district game of the 2024 campaign. A Hawks win tonight is an important first step as the next 6 games will determine who's in the playoffs and who's not.
So it's homecoming night here at Wilkerson Sanders as the homecoming court is out on the field right now. Pre-game festivities been going on all week. Had the parade yesterday right around the high school, and always fun. Pep rally last night. But Justin, as we talk about the district coming in, you're talking about 7 teams, all have a shot at this thing. And, you know, generally, like Coach Webb had said, generally there's always 2 or 3 teams, you know, there's always at least 2 teams that have no shot whatsoever. That's just not the case this year.
Yeah, very, very impressive wins. Several teams undefeated already. North Forney 4-0, Royce City 4-0, Heath 3-1, Forney 3-1. But the 2-2 Longview and 2-2 Rockwall records are nothing to be ashamed of. I'm sure you've got some details on that.
Yeah, it's been, you know, you got North Forney. They're averaging 52 points a game as they've beaten Skyline, Plano East, Mesquite, and Lake Ridge. And then Royce City, who Rockwall's opening up district play with tonight, they're 4-0, and they've beaten Plano East, Rowlett, Saginaw Boswell, Denton Braswell, and Weatherford. They are averaging 51 points a game. But as we talked about those other teams, Heath 3-1, a very impressive 3-1 as they went into Highland Park and won only the fourth team to go in there since 1999. That is just an unbelievable stat to go in and beat Highland Park during week 1. Then, of course, Prosper came in here. They were tied at halftime. Prosper did overtake them in the second half. But as we had Coach Webb had even talked about that week, that's a team that has a chance to win the state championship. And then coming back, the San Juan Hills, California, came into town. Hawks looked very impressive. And then last week against Mansfield Legacy, even more impressive with that 49-14 win. But then you get into, you know, Forney, the other 3-1 team, and their loss just happened to be to Waxahachie, who last week in their district opener beat a team called Duncanville. So, you know, pretty impressive resumes all the way around. You also got Longview, who had beaten Lufkin and Marshall, lost to South Oak Cliff, who we know has won a few state championships in recent years, and Ruston, Louisiana, who's a national power. So don't sleep on those Lobos. Everybody knows that they're going to be right there come playoff time. And then the Rockwall Yellow Jackets. What an impressive start for those guys. 2-2 on the season. Opened up against Berkner, then played the same tough schedule that these Hogs did, and lost 20-28 to Lake Travis, 21-28 to Louisville, and then last week pulled off one of the biggest upsets we've seen. And they, like they said, the Jackets been right there every week, but to beat the defending state champion.
Yeah, North Crowley, defending 6A Division I state champion last year, also ended a 19-game winning streak for North Crowley. So a very impressive win for Rockwall. Hawks, on the other hand, have scored 162 points so far this season. They've averaged 40.5 points per game while giving up 134 points, only 33.5. Really seen the defense get better as we've gone each week, giving up 49 to Highland Park, 45 to Prosper, but then only 26 to San Juan Hills, and only 14 last week with Mansfield Legacy. Coach Webb telling us that we've seen some very, very powerful passing attacks so far through the first 4 weeks. We should expect to see a little bit more balanced play as they face these District 10-6A. Is going to see some running game for sure tonight.
Well, the biggest thing that Coach was talking about with us, he said, this is truly, he said he's never seen anything like it with the district, with this many quality. First of all, kudos for everybody playing the tough schedules, because that's what you're going to need to get through. But you're literally looking at 7 teams. At least 6 have a legitimate shot to win the district. And so, it's going to be fun as it plays out. It's we talked about with Coach Webb, we talked about there being opportunities during preseason, and we asked him what any of the opportunities that did not get accomplished. He said the only one felt like Mike could have beat Prosper, but no, definitely not hanging their head about that. But other than that, you've seen got a lot of players the ball, got a lot of players in. But he also said, hey, it's district time. There won't be as much rotation. He goes, this is the team you're going to go with. And now it's just about who can bring it every week and who can stay healthy.
No doubt about it. And as I mentioned earlier, Dylan McCann coming back from injury, his first start of the season, hoping to get Contreras back. He said that might be the very end of the season. But other than that, the Hawks have been pretty healthy so far this season. That's going to be important as they get through this brutal schedule with 6 very important district games starting tonight.
Well, we saw this last season at this time came in. The Hawks led this game, traveled over to Tyler last year and had the big lead in the fourth quarter, and Legacy came from behind, took it to overtime and won. And when you lose that first game, it's just they were chasing it the entire time, and then almost got all the way back and had a chance there in that last week. You went from late in the third quarter of the Forney game from having a chance to be the number 1 seed to just about 15 minutes later, you don't even make the playoffs. So that's how close it is here in the district, and this year is no different.
Coach did tell us he's grateful that they have the bye this next week, the open week. He said that this district season, again, is going to be a gruel match. So getting the other teams playing more games, giving his team a little bit of a break as they'll go into the last 5 games of this season. So Tyler Legacy tonight, bye week next week at North Forney will be the next district game on October 10th. But Coach is very excited about this team. He said he's never experienced this in his career, where every team in the district's a very quality team. There's really no easy games on the schedule from here on out. But a win tonight would be a big part of the Hawks accomplishing their 2025 goals.
You bet. The only time they will have an easy week will be next week. They will be open. They'll play Tyler Legacy tonight. Next week is their open week because there is an odd number in the district. Actually, Longview getting the open week this week. And then there's that gauntlet at North Forney, Royce City, at Longview. Then they come home against Rockwall, and then at Forney to close out the season. So it's going to be an exciting next 6 weeks. We'll have all that action for you here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
In you and our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why you can find us at nearly every event volunteering, sponsoring, and donating. Alliance Bank has been serving Rockwall County for over 16 years, and with your help, we have grown into the go-to bank for our community. Time to start a new business, time to expand your business, ready for a new home or a like new home, we will be there because that's who we are. Alliance Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Wilkerson Sanders, as we are just about 15 minutes away from the District 10 6A opener. The sun has just set. It is a beautiful evening, temperature in the low 80s now, and almost fall weather. Justin Webb.
Yeah, it was a little bit warm today, but definitely has been hotter, and got some 7:30 starts. That always helps a little bit with the temperature for sure. A little bit of wind, but flags barely moving. It should be a good night, clear skies.
So Tristan's over here working on the machine. Got Brian James behind the camera tonight. So had a lot of positive feedback this past week over the instant replay. So we're planning on that being a mainstay. Remember, you can text in 972-742-3877. Let us know where you're listening from and who you're cheering for. So Justin, as we get into tonight's game, Tyler Legacy coming into town. They've made the 90-mile journey. And what are we going to see from the Legacy Red Raiders?
Well, Coach told us they have a big offensive line and a big defensive line. Said that one of their tackles is definitely a D1 player. So expect to see a lot of running. They also have a lot of tight end play, some of their tight ends with some good stats already this season. So they're going to play a little bit slower. They're going to run some clock and shouldn't get as many snaps, and might be able to get some more color commentating tonight, as the Hawks typically are up on the line and snapping the ball as fast as possible.
Yeah, the Hawks will definitely be running no huddle and trying to keep the tempo up. They do expect Legacy to try to try to speed the game up and limit the number of snaps for the Hawks. So we intend for the Hawks to be trying to hurry it up, and the Raiders trying to slow it down. Now, we talked about the Hawks so far this season, and they've got we've seen a little bit different every week. We've seen a lot of different players step up, but it all starts there with Prosper Neal, both passing and running.
He's 56 for 88, a 63.6% percentage completion, 704 yards, averaging 12.6 yards per pass, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Great start for him. And then on the ground, Carter Zom leading the way with 344 yards on 53 carries, 6.5 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns. And then on the receiving corps, several players, but Gary, Zmerzlicker, and Hobbs leading the way. Sean Gary, 479 yards, 39 receptions, 4 touchdowns, averaging 12.3. And Zmerzlicker, 197 yards on 11 receptions, averaging 17.9. We saw Prince Hobbs, number 35, get some quality action in the last game, 150 yards, 12 receptions for the year, 12.5 yards per reception, and a touchdown as well. So Hawks with a balanced attack, both in the air and in the ground, and they're going to need it tonight.
Yeah, a staple of any Rodney Webb offense is spreading the ball around, finding creative ways, which we've seen over the last few weeks, getting Carter Zom the ball in different ways. Also, getting him out into the receiver patterns also has opened up a few more snaps for Brian Wamba in the backfield. And like you had mentioned the first week, Isaac Smerzlicker was the big target. And last week we saw Prince Hobbs, we saw Matt Lozano get his first catch for a touchdown. And we're really seeing the diversity of Rodney Webb offense, and it just puts a lot of heat on the defense. And you've also seen some hands on hips from the defenders because there is no time to rest.
Yeah, Hawks definitely moving the ball quickly, had some success. I've had some long drives, but they don't get a lot of substitutions defensively as the Hawks no-huddle offense ready to go, and it definitely will challenge the conditioning of the other team.
You bet. And on the defensive side, we talk a lot about the linebacking core. Zeke Cannon, what a game last week. Had 2 interceptions, caused a fumble, and was just unbelievable. And talking with Coach this week, the dark horse out there, Carson Adams, has really stepped up, of course, along with Luke Mitchell and the rest of that defense.
Yeah, Coach Webb telling us even though Zeke had an incredible game, it was Carson Adams that was the defensive player last week. He leads the team with 23 tackles. He's had 6 tackles for loss. He's had 3 sacks, caused a fumble himself. But yeah, between Adams and Cannon, both of those guys leading the way defensively. Zeke Cannon with 21 tackles, followed by Luke Mitchell with 16.
And then in the defensive backfield tonight, we're going to see Dylan McCann for the first time. He's been a 3-year starter, and he has been out with a quad injury. Last week was ready to go. They decided to go ahead and let him sit one more week. Got to talk to him, and he is excited. Came back from the quad injury and then got sick this week. So he is. He said he's all hyped up on cold medicine. But he's going to go tonight. Probably will see some limited snaps there from the safety position. But also the rest of that defensive backfield has been very impressive.
Yeah, Colton Lawfrey with 15 tackles, Keithan Jones with 12 tackles, Quincy Jones with 11. So all 3 of those guys, number 0, number 1, and number 2, expect to see them making some tackles, making some plays again tonight.
In the big defensive line, the big specialty there has been so many players rotating in and out, been able to stay fresh and been able to get Coach Shannon Carter, defensive coordinator, has been able to rotate a lot of players in and a lot of timely blitzes.
Yeah, Coach Webb telling us he has several defensive line guys. We've seen several of them come in, come out, make some plays, stay fresh. And that's a luxury a lot of teams don't have. So Coach Webb, very impressed. The Hawks have done a great job of slowing down the run. We saw it against some of the best running backs in the state the last few weeks, but definitely an opportunity to do that tonight. They'll be facing a big defensive line on the other side, and then they'll also be facing a big offensive line, both sides of the lines, big players, according to Coach Webb, for these Tyler Red Raiders.
Well, and also we were talking about that we knew over the 3 of the last 4 weeks that we were going to see 3 of the top passing teams that we'd face all season. So, those teams have success against anybody. Talking about Prosper, Highland Park, and the team from San Juan Hills, California. But District 10-6A is kind of set up for the run. We saw it last year. The Hawks had a good run defense. That's why they played Longview the closest of anybody in the district. I actually had a chance to win that game late before an unfortunate strip scoop and score that went the other way. But the Hawks really set up well for this District 10-6A run.
Should be an exciting one tonight, as the clock says we're about 7 minutes away.
Yep, the Hawks are out on the field stretching. The Red Raiders, I'm seeing the coaches start to walk out on the left side of your screen. The Hawks will be wearing their red pants, black jerseys with white numbers, red outline, black helmets tonight with the red Harvard H on the side. You're going to look across at the Legacy Red Raiders and see the exact same colors, but the Raiders will be wearing the white jerseys with the black numbers and the black, also with the black helmets and a Red Raider on the side of the helmet. So we're just about 6 minutes away. We're going to take a quick break and come back, and we'll be teams will be running out of the tunnel. We'll have the national anthem, and we will get this started from Wilkerson Sanders in Rockwall. Glad you could join us here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Who has the best ESL teacher in the whole wide world?
Us.
Do you know?
Us.
We do, and guess who else knows? Chick-fil-A! Cal knows, yay! because you already know all the amazing things about Miss Jacobs, but I want to talk about, and I don't know if I can do it without jumping up, sorry, it just came. When you talk about someone who has true passion for their students and takes the time to educate all of us across the campus to make sure that we know about all the different cultures that make up our campus. If you've ever been to our Multicultural Fest, you know her heart and her passion and her love for her kids. And she is proactive. I never have to ask for anything. You can just look up and there's Miss Jacobs, because she is absolutely amazing and is the definition of a champion for her children. Yay! Thank you. You got some breath? Yay! Go Heath Hawks! Eat more chicken!
Do not eat steak.
There come the Hawks out of the tunnel. Followed by the Little Hawks. That's a tradition started back when the school first started around 2008. Back when we had Little Hawks. They have made a tradition out of it to wear the jerseys on Friday nights. Always glad to see them, big moments. A lot of these players did that exact same thing last year. The Raiders on the far side of the field getting set to come out. We'll go down the field for the national anthem.
What are those numbers? Captains.
See? Captains are on the field. Just had the coin toss.
Captains for the Hawks, number 9, Luke Mitchell, number 14, Zeke Cannon, number 31, Jaden Jones, and I believe it was number 50, Ryan Locke.
Hawks have won the toss, have elected to receive, so we will see the Hawks offense out first. Justin Webb, keys to the game.
I think for the Hawks, keep the pedal on the metal offensively, and on the defensive side, slow down the Red Raiders running game. Hawks are able to do both those things. I think they'll be in good shape.
My key, just it's important that the Hawks get off to a good start here. They've had a good first 4 weeks, but coming into district, this first win, first game is so key. Where they lost it last year, had to chase it the rest of the season. Important to jump out on them early. Talked to the players last week about it, and I think they're up to the task. Carter Zom and Colton Lawfrey will be back deep for the Hawks to receive the opening kickoff. Nathan Criviato to kick it off. High kick going to be fielded by Lawfrey around the 18. He's going to bring it up. Steps to the outside, has room. Lawfrey out across the 50. One man to beat, brought down by the kicker, but not before he gets down to the 38-yard line. Hawks setting up good to open the game.
You asked for a quick start, and there's one there. Colton Lawfrey making a little move there, getting out to the outside, and almost able to break it, but getting all the way to the Red Raider 40. Great start on special teams.
Hawks special team played a big part in 2 of the wins earlier in the season. Talking about that Hawks offense. Prosper Neal at quarterback along with Carter Zom, Nick Phillips in the backfield, Sean Gary, Smerslicker, Prince Hobbs at the receivers, and then Jacob. We got on the offensive line, Jacob Radeski on the left tackle. Zom starts it out with an 11-yard gain. We got Radeski, Peyton Marsh, Zavedra. Hawks down to the 29. Prosper Neal with a quick throw out, caught by Sean Gary, gets it down inside the 20. Hawks quickly on the move.
Marked him just short of the first down there, Shannon.
Apologize for our technical difficulties there. Hawks on the move, 1st and 10 from the 19. Handoff, Zom up the middle. Get behind the big offensive line. It's going to be a gain of about 5. Brought down by number 43 of the Red Raiders. Hawks quickly back to the line. 1st and 10 from the 15 now. Another quick pass out to Gary, makes a move. Will be hemmed up quickly. Not before a gain of, it looks like a gain of 7. Going to bring up 2nd down and 3 from the 8-yard line.
Forge and Harris both on the tackle, number 12 and number 28 for the Red Raiders, as the Hawks now with 2nd and 3 inside the 10.
Hawks going up tempo as always. Wamba in the backfield. Handoff Wamba. Straight up the middle. Going to be close to the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be just short. Going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
About 3rd and half a yard.
Hawks with a quick huddle. Third down and 1. Neal hands off to Wamba. Has the first down. Scrum's going to get it down to about the 2-yard line, set up first down and go for the Hawks.
Great opening drive so far now as the Hawks are on the door of getting the first touchdown of the game. It's 1st and goal from the 2.
Zom checks back in along with Brooks Davenport at the H-back. Hawks running the heavy set. Offset pistol formation. Handoff, Zom up the middle behind the big offensive line, right at the goal line. They said he did not get in. Just short of the goal line, going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
2nd down and about 6 inches from the goal line. Time for a tush push.
Man in motion, handoff, Zom, right side, touchdown. Hawks take it right down the field and take a 6-0 lead.
7th touchdown of the season on the ground by Carter Zom. And the Hawks doing a great job in this first possession of driving down the field. It was a short field, but nonetheless, 40 yards on the drive and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Seeing the instant replay there, the Hawks imposing their will here on the first drive. Kick is up and good. And just like that, the Hawks lead with 8:34 left to go in the first period. That's another M&D real estate touchdown. Misty and Danny Perez sponsor every touchdown. Donate $50 to the Hawks Booster Club. Appreciate their support as always. And the Hawks scoring quickly here, Justin.
Yeah, great start, Shannon. Started with the special teams return, and then the offense did what the offense needs to do. No huddle and just move the ball. Had several good passes and several good runs. And 40 yards later, the Hawks are off to a 7-0 lead with 8:34 remaining in the first.
So the Hawks set up to kick off now. Deep kick on the right side is going to be fielded around the 4-yard line. Brings it out. Going to be tackled right around the 20. Get it out to about the 22, where the Red Raiders will start on their first possession.
Number 1, Jaden Walton on the return for the Red Raiders. Tackled on the play by number 17, Isaac Zverzlacker.
Handoff up the middle, tackled immediately, nowhere to go. The big defensive line of the Hawks, led by Zeke Cannon from the linebacker position, makes the tackle, no gain.
Landon Foster, number 8, getting in on that play too, as the Hawks do a good job. Play action pass now and thrown out to number 14 in the slot. That's caught by DJ Owens.
That'll make it 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Raiders. Quick pass to the right. Sails way over the receiver's head. So first big decision here for Coach Bo Trahan, and he's going to send out the punt unit.
Yeah, going for the pass there was interesting, overthrown, and the Hawks the beneficiaries of a 4th and 1. It's Colton Lawfrey back deep to try to receive this punt.
7:37 left to go in the first period. Hawks scoring on their first drive. Driving punt. Ground. Lawfrey lets it go. Good punt. It's going to roll inside the 20, be down at the 19. So glad you could join us on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. We'll be right back. So the Hawks come back out for their second offensive drive. We'll get you the defensive lineup next time. 3 and out. Missed it on the last one. Back to pass, looking deep down the slot, has Smerslicker. Defender all over him. The flag comes out.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Lots of contact there. That's going to be pass interference.
So that will move the Hawks forward as the Hawks trying to hit it big. Smerslicker pretty much looked like they were wrestling going down the field. So that'll make it first down and 10 from the 34-yard line. As a So delay in, I'm not sure what the stoppage was there. Nevertheless, they've got it set. Hawks first down and 10 from the 34. Handoff Zom kicks it out to the right side, shakes a couple of tackles before he's brought down, gain of 4 yards, gain of 5 as the Hawks with positive yards on every play so far.
Zom might be a little slow to get up on that one. Hard tackle there by number 20, Jacob Harris.
Zom's helmet off as he will walk over and catch a breather. So Wamba checks in for Zom in the backfield, offset pistol formation. Twin receivers to the left. Handoff Wamba has room up the middle, bowls over the safety, number 28. Gain of 12 on the play, right out to midfield.
Hawks quickly back to the line, but a great run up the middle there.
Quick pass out to Gary, takes it upfield. Another nice play for the Hawks offense.
Bauer Sibley, number 11, on the tackle for the Raiders.
Handoff Wamba, this time met in the backfield. It's a nice defensive play, finally getting through that defense for the Raiders.
Back-to-back tackles now for number 11, Bauer Sibley.
Sibley, linebacker, good job there. That's going to be a loss of a yard on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Hawks. Quick pitch to the left. Wamba has room, breaks through. One man to beat. Safety wrestling down. There is a flag on the play. Looks like it might have been a horse collar or a face mask. And it is a face mask.
Face mask on number 3, Ethan Brown, who coach told us is a 4-year starter for the Red Raiders. Definitely supposed to play at the next level.
He saved a touchdown on that one, but the 15 yards added will take the Hawks down inside the 15 to the 13. Hawks in business again here with 5:47 left to go in the first period.
Back in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 14.
Handoff Wamba. Barrels his way up the middle, still getting behind that big offensive line. We talk about them all the time. Marcus Cervedra at center, Peyton Marsh and Jackson Radeski on the left side, and Anthony Lara and Trey Johnson on the right, having their way so far. It is 2nd down and 5 from the 10. Handoff, Wamba kicks it to the outside, gets across the end zone for the touchdown. Nice individual effort for Wamba, and the Hawks lead 13-0.
That's 2 offensive drives and 2 rushing touchdowns as the Hawks off to an early lead and a great start here, Shannon.
Wamba runs right up the middle, gets stuffed, then kicks it to the outside. Safety gets hold of him around the 4, but not enough to stop the touchdown. The Hawks, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. As Bronson Mueller adds the extra point, and the Hawks are up 14-0 with 5:04 left to go in the first.
Another M&D real estate touchdown there for the Hawks, 2 so far early here.
We'll take a break on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
I'm Erin Neal, the principal agent and owner of Hamby Insurance. I am passionate about serving the local community and the surrounding areas. My goal is to take the hassle out of buying insurance. I want to educate you on what you're buying and help you make an informed decision. Whether it's personal or commercial insurance, my team and I will be here every step of the way to make sure you are getting the satisfaction you need and the coverage you deserve. My promise to you is that we will never hard sell you insurance, use slick sales techniques, or pressure you into making a decision that you're not comfortable with. Call us today at 972-285-0381 to find the best coverage to fit your need. My commitment is to give you unparalleled service, and remember, Hamby helps.
5:04 left to go in the first period. Hawks, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. They get set up for another kickoff. Deep kickoff to the left side. It's going to be fielded around the 14. Nice coverage by the Hawks. Tackled out at the 29, where the Raiders will set up for their second possession.
Jair Delay Newton there making the downfield tackle as the Hawks able to keep the Raiders at the 30-yard line, 29-yard line.
So we'll get you the Hawks defensive lineup right after this play. Deep pass down the left side. Nice coverage by Quincy Jones. This pass goes incomplete. Talking about that Hawks defensive lineup. All starts up front. Grant Moravec, Tyler Marsh, and Jawan Lee across the front. Landon Foster, Luke Mitchell, Zeke Cannon, and Carson Adams at the linebackers.
Grant Moravec, number 44, on tackle for loss there. Going to bring up 3rd and long now for the Raiders.
Defensive backs, Quincy Jones and Heath Jones. And then in the backfield, Colton Laughley and Dylan McCann. Pre-snap penalty. It's going to looks like it's going to be a false start on the Raiders.
That 5-yard penalty is going to make it 3rd and 18 now for the Raiders, and the Hawks a play away from having another 3 and out.
Thing going good so far for Coach Rodney Webb. Man in motion, back to pass. Flushed out to the left. Here come the Hawks. Just gets the pass away as Zeke Cannon and Dylan McCann on the pressure. Pass goes incomplete. Another 3 and out for the Hawks.
Yeah, great job by the defense there, getting pressure on the quarterback. Good coverage in the secondary. There was nowhere to go, and just had to throw that one away on 4th and long. And another punting situation as Colton Laughley at his own 50-yard line at midfield, getting ready to receive this punt.
It's a high punt. It's going to back up Laughley. Fair catches it right at the 40-yard line where the Hawks will set up 1st down and 10 on their 3rd drive.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by the Rockwall Sports Center. Rockwall Sports Center has proudly served the community for over 20 years. We are a sporting goods, screen printing, and custom apparel company based in Rockwall, Texas. Our retail storefront offers an extensive selection of school spirit wear, team uniforms, and athletic gear. Thank you, Rockwall Sports Center, for sponsoring this broadcast.
I was there at Rockwall Sports Center today, getting some new hats for the season. Makes the handoff, hits Davenport up the middle as he had got behind the linebackers, and catch made. The flag on the play. We'll see what the call is. Might have been ineligible receivers downfield. It looked like the line had gotten away. They're saying pass interference on the Hawks. Going to back them up.
Don't see that call very often. Davenport doing a great job of getting behind the line on the play action, but apparently somebody got held up. That's going to
have, I believe they're saying he might have pushed off. Seeing Davenport getting his first action of the season.
That'll bring up 1st and 25 now for the Hawks after the penalty.
Neal, play action, looking down the left side, has a man wide open. Carter Zom catches it out across midfield down to the 40-yard line on the wheel route. Big gain for the Hawks.
Yeah, gain of 35 on the play as Zom all by himself and doing a good job of getting downfield before they're able to get him outside.
Hawks quickly back to the line. Neal rolls left, has a man caught and knocked out of bounds. That is Isaac Schmerzlicker on the crossing route.
Tackled on the play by number 8, Stanton Boone.
3:19 left to go in the first period. Hawks on the move so far. Having their way. Timbo Duncan on the PA system, announcing another Hawks first down. We got another officials timeout here. Yep, I believe they damaged the chain crew as Schmerzlicker right at the first down marker. I think the Official had to. Yeah, it is. The pole on the down marker is bent. And the digital readout is off. So second down 1. 32-yard line. Handoff Zom. Wrapped up, but not before a gain of about 2. It's going to be another first down for the Hawks.
Austin Humber on the tackle, number 7 for the Raiders.
They're still working on that down marker over there. First and 10 Hawks from the 31. Neal, play action. Looking down the right side, has a man wide open. Sean Gary, touchdown. 32-yard strike from Prosper Neal to Sean Gary, and the Hawks lead 20-0.
That was a nice play, Shannon. Good job of Gary getting under that. Good job of Neal putting the ball right where it needs to be. And 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Hawks as they're off to a big lead here early.
Hawks mixing it up well. The play action. Got the linebackers and the corners to fight. And Sean Gary gets behind them, and Neal puts it on the mark. And that is another M&D real estate touchdown. Kick from, this time from Winters, is up and good, and just like that, 2:47 left to go. As you see the replay there, nobody within 5 yards of Sean Gary gets the touchdown.
Practicing his homecoming dance there.
And the Hawks, it is homecoming here for the Hawks.
This Hawk broadcast is also brought to you by Griffin Heat Shield. Griffin Heat Shield is a proud supporter of Rockwall ISD Athletics. Visit our website at griffinheatshield.com for more information. Thank you, Griffin Heat Shield, for sponsoring this broadcast.
So Brayton Winters kicking the extra point here. The Hawks have 2 kickers performing the kickoffs, and both will play college football. Kicking luxury for the Hawks as Winters kicks this one off deep. This one's going to be fielded down at the 8-yard line. Brings it out, has some room, going to be tripped up around the 29-yard line. So the Raiders come out for their 3rd drive, find themselves trailing 21-0.
Yeah, good return there by number 25, Pearl Jackson, as the Raiders get their best starting position of the game so far. But Hawks stopped them twice now, 3 and out. And try to do it one more time here if they can.
Raiders, an offset eye handoff up the middle, nowhere to go.
Tackle by number 91, Eddie Murphy. Tackle for loss.
Gray pitches on the jet sweep. Has some room around the left side as number 5 is going to be tackled a little short of the first down.
Colton Laughley, number 2, on the tackle for the Hawks. And bring up.
That is going to be enough for a first down, they say. So the first down of the game for the Raiders. Quickly back to the line. Gray looking down the left side. Another nice coverage by Quincy Jones as they were trying to go to Demaria Malone, and Jones all over that one.
And Coach telling us that the first 3 weeks of the season they were going to see some big passing offenses. The secondary is a seasoned team already, and showing it early as there's just no passing game so far for the Red Raiders.
Second down 10 from the 39. Handoff right side, has some room. Gets to the outside, down across the 40. Nice downfield blocking As he gets down to the 39-yard line, goes Pearl Jackson. A nice pickup for the Raiders.
Carson Adams tackling him downfield, but that was the biggest play so far of the game for the Raiders.
Cason's pass incomplete. There is a flag on the play here on the far side, or on the near side, opposite of the play. See if there was a. See what the penalty was.
They're discussing illegal formation.
Officials getting together to confirm. Flag is being picked up. It said there is no foul. So that's going to be an incomplete pass. Going to bring up 2nd down 10 from the 36. Handoff to Jackson, gobbled up immediately by a host of Hawks. Number
98, Jarrett Simpson leading the way for the Hawks on that tackle. Gain of 1 on the play.
Jet sweep has some room. The Hawks quickly close the gap, as that is number 5 to Caden Brown on the jet sweep. Not much there.
Colton Lawfrey coming up and making a good open field tackle again. We got 4th and 6.
Pre-snap penalty. Both teams pointing at each other. Officials are having to come in and confer on almost every penalty. That is offsides on the Hawks. That's going to move them 5 yards closer. Going to bring up, it'll be 4th down and 1 instead of 4th down and 6. Pitch to the right side. Tackled immediately. This one looks like it's going to be short, as a short loss on the play, and the Hawks defense comes up big.
Bend and don't break, as number 14, Zeke Cannon, and number 16, Carson Adams, both come up to make that play. And the Hawks offense will take the field for the 4th time in this game.
Great job by the Hawks defense again, as they had jumped off, made it a 4th down and 1. But a huge play by the Hawks defense. And now, with 13 seconds left to go in the first period, everything going the Hawks' way, Justin.
Yeah, 21 points on the board so far. Your key to the game was the Hawks to get off to a quick start. They definitely have checked that box, but it'd be nice to see them keep the pressure on. Don't let off the pedal of the gas, as the Hawks probably snap it for the last time this quarter.
Hawks shift out of the full backfield. Delay a game, the call. As the Hawks weren't looking up at the play clock there, so it's going to be 1st down and 15. 13 seconds left to go in the first period. Neal, play action, screen to the right side. Sean Gary has room up the middle. Out across 51, man to beat, cuts it to the outside, has a block downfield, cuts it back inside. It's going to be wrestled down about the 8-yard line. Nice screen play by the Hawks.
It's an incredible play, Shannon, all the way down inside the 10-yard line now. And Sean Gary's having a great game.
So we see the blocking there as Gary got open downfield. Huge block by number 15. Looked like that was blocking downfield for the Hawks. That is Jair DeLay Newton, as showing how unselfish this team is and how they all work. We talked to Coach Webb about that a lot. Screenplay is an art to him, and it takes everybody. And that right there, one play, and the Hawks are in business again.
Yeah, 9 yards away from pay dirt as that ends the first quarter, with the Hawks 21-0 over the Tyler Legacy Red Raiders.
Hey Hog Nation, this is Coach Webb. Just giving a shout out to Rockwall Ford. I'm excited to have the support of the Ford team for the 2025 football season and their support for the remarkable achievements that students and staff strive to accomplish daily. Over the years, they have extended their unwavering support to every athlete, coach, and staff member as they diligently pursue their goals and ultimately achieve victory. We look forward to the continued partnership. Let's go Hawks!
So welcome back as we go to the second quarter of the Hawks. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and 1 play. They are inside the red zone. Going to set up first down and goal from the 8. Handoff, Zom sidesteps 1 tackler, then busts up the middle. So it's going to be a gain of 4-yard line down to gain of 4 yards down to the 4.
Ethan Brown, number 3 on the tackle for the Raiders.
Hawks not wasting any time. Handoff, Zom met at the line of scrimmage, able to squirm forward for about a gain of 2. Going to bring up third down and goal. DeLay Newton checking back in at receiver. Third down and goal from the 2. Hawks trying to add to this 21-0 lead. Play action. Rolling out to the right now, throwing back to the left, has a man wide open and just misses DeLay Newton as he had gotten loose in the backfield and was all by himself. Prosper Neal wishes he had that one back.
Yeah, he had to throw across his body and just not quite able to get it there, but DeLay Newton wide open, and the Hawks are going to bring on the field goal team, Shannon.
So the Hawks going to take the points, already up 21-0. As Bronson Mueller comes out. That was another one of those good extra point plays that Coach always has in his bag of tricks. Talked about that this week too. He has not had to empty the bag yet. But still got a lot left in the tank. So the the field goal from Mueller is good. With 10:53 left to go in the first half, Hawks leading 24-0.
I'm Zach Riddle with Riddle Brothers Roofing and Construction. We're proud to be your local roofing experts right here in Rockwall. Whether it's storm damage or roof replacement or just making sure your home is protected, we bring quality craftsmanship and a commitment to doing things the right way. We're also proud supporters of the Rockwall Heath Hawks this season because building strong roofs and building a strong community go hand in hand. From our family to yours, go Hawks!
10:53 left to go in the first half. Hawks leading the Legacy Red Raiders 24-0 in this District 10 6A opener. And we talk about how you have to bring it every week. And so far, the Hawks, this is the start they were looking for.
Definitely have brought it so far, as they have scored every time they've gotten the ball and have prevented Tyler Legacy from scoring at all. Like Tyler Legacy with 9 men up in the 10-yard area.
Winters, the deep kickoff. That one's going to go into the end zone. Excuse me, that was Mueller on the kick there. So talking about that district schedule and the district schedule the rest of the way. They've got Legacy tonight. The Hawks will be open next week. Then the big gauntlet at North Forney, Royce City, at Longview, then the big I-30 Classic there in Week 10 against Rockwall before finishing out at Forney. Tough schedule all the way around.
Definitely a tough schedule, but these Hawks are proven to be a tough team. Would love to win 4 or 5 or all 6 of those games, but it's definitely a brutal schedule. Coach told us that from the beginning.
Raiders looking to the right side, under pressure. Ball falls incomplete. Flag on the play.
Showing an illegal man downfield.
Got a Brooks Davenport fan texting in from Heath. Illegal formation to call there. Also got Bill Carpenter listening in. Said he doesn't want you to worry about him. He's listening from Sedona, Arizona.
Well, that's still in the United States. Got to see Bill Carpenter before another Heath women's polo match the other day.
Handoff right side or left side, nowhere to go. As that, I believe, was Carson Adams and Zeke Cannon having a meeting there in the backfield that we've become accustomed to. Jessica Courtney texting in saying she's at the game tonight with the crew. Back to pass. Throw goes over the head of the intended receiver as Kason Gray. A little bit of happy feet there. Just no time to throw this big Hawks defense.
Yeah, two completions on 8 attempts so far for Gray. Only 19 yards in the air for the Raiders.
So not sure what the official's saying there, but it is 3rd down and 15 for the Red Raiders. As we're asking somebody to get off the field. So 3rd down and 15. Gray back to pass under duress. Caught in the backfield. Squirts out. Runner around the right side. Still looking downfield. Chased by Adams. It's going to knock him out of bounds. So a nice play there by Kason Gray to avoid the sack. Still going to be well short of a 1st down. It's going to bring on another punt.
Yeah, Hawks doing a good job of getting pressure. Almost had him, but as you mentioned, Gray wiggles away. Gets some positive yardage, but ends up being 6 yards short of the line to gain. And Raiders about to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Hawks defense being relentless. Coach Shannon Carter, defense coordinator, his crew. That punt almost blocked under heavy pressure, but it gets off the right foot of the punter. It's going to get across midfield, but the Hawks going to set up 1st and 10 from about their own 46. So with 9:50 left to go in the 1st half, Hawks leading 24-0 on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
We are CallMet. We make steel landscaping products that are perfectly flexible, perfectly durable, so you can make your yard perfectly you. CallMet, defined by steel.
Hawks setting up 1st and 10, 9:50 left to go in the 1st half. Everything going the Hawks' way so far. Hand off to Zom. Bounces out around the left side, has room. Down to the 40, to the 30. It's going to be chased and caught by number 3. Ethan Brown saves another touchdown, but another huge run of about 45 yards for Carter Zom.
Yeah, Ethan Brown definitely saving one there, but a great, great run as Zom was just one player away from a second touchdown of the night.
They had him at the line of scrimmage. Zom getting around the corner and turning on the Jets is now Hawks setting up 1st and 10 from 11 in business again. Zom to the left of Neal, twins right formation. Man in motion. Neal back to pass, steps up, fires, caught down at the 2-yard line. That is Madden Lozano getting his first catch of the night.
Yeah, good job getting his hands under that ball as it was a little bit low, but Lozano able to come up with it.
Neal had defenders around his ankles. Second and 1 from the 3. Handoff Zom up the middle. Running straight behind Marcus Saavedra, Peyton Marsh, Anthony Lara, straight up the middle. Try to do the tush push on 1st and goal from the 1. No signal yet. Guess they're going to say that he was short. Going to bring up 2nd down goal from the 1 as the Hawks trying to do the tush push. Hawks with a quick huddle. 2nd goal from the 1. Handoff, Zom. Touchdown.
Carter Zom with his 2nd touchdown of the night as he goes up the middle. Hawks now with 4 touchdowns and a field goal. 2 of them, or 1 of them by a big pass to Gary, 2 of them by Zom on the ground, as well as 1 by Wamba. And the Hawks off to a big lead here with 7:36 remaining in the 2nd.
Davenport and Nick Phillips, the H-backs, getting right there behind Jacob Radeski on that left side, and an easy pickings for the Hawks as they take a 30-0 lead. Extra point by Mueller is good with 7:36 left to go in the first half. Everything going the Hawks' way as they lead the Tyler Legacy Red Raiders 31-0 on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
I'm Taryn Oswald, Director of Client Assistance and Food Pantry here at Helping Hands. We are so excited to have Rockwall Ford, Rockwall Dodge, Rockwall ISD, and the entire community join together once again to support our neighbors in need. Last year, the Food Pantry distributed over 560,000 pounds of food. Currently, we are distributing over 15,000 pounds of food each week. This is why we strongly rely on the Shop the Rock I-30 Classic Food Drive to pack our pantry. For more information on our current needs, please visit our Rockwall Helping Hands Facebook page or our website at rockwallhelpinghands.com.
Another M&D Real Estate touchdown. There's 5 possessions, 5 scores for the Hawks here. We are only halfway through the 2nd period. Winters, pooch kick down the left side. It's going to be fielded at the 20. Not much room. He is brought down at the 29-yard line. So the Hawks defense, as advertised, Justin, so far, the offense having their way as well.
Only giving up 46 yards, only 2 first downs so far, as yes, this defense has held them to 19 yards in the air and 27 on the ground.
No gain. McCurry up the middle. Hawks defense. It's getting too much penetration. Stick with us at the half for the Rest Haven Funeral Home halftime show. We'll have the Mighty Hog Band. Also have Dr. J.J. Villarreal will be joining us, talk about the Vader Project. Quick throw, has a man on the slant, overthrows the receiver as DJ Owens had some room, but just not enough time to throw.
Well, he didn't have enough time because Eddie Murphy was in his face, number 91, playing that nose guard position, putting pressure on Kason Gray, quarterback for the Raiders.
3rd down and 8. Hawks bringing the blitz. And nowhere to go as big number 8, Landon Foster, gets home. There is a flag on the play. I believe it's going to be, they're going to call, looks like they're motioning offsides on the Hawks. As that is exactly what they're calling, is everybody was up on the line. And Kason Gray barely had a chance to take the snap there.
That'll turn a 3rd and 8 into a 3rd and 3. The Raiders will get another shot at it.
Had everybody up on the line. Expect them to be bringing it again. 3rd down and 3. Gray, play action. Looking on the slant, has a man caught. Tackled immediately, but a first down on a nice pitch and catch to DJ Owens. Raiders quickly back to the line, handoff. Nowhere to go again. And who else?
Carson Adams.
Carson Adams meets him in the backfield. Short loss on the play. 2nd down 11 now. Pass complete on the curl route down to about the 46-yard line. It's going to be just short of the first down to Demarion Malone.
Keithan Jones, number 0, on the tackle.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 2 as the Raiders move into Hawks territory for the first time, or second time tonight. Handoff, that one going to get right about the first down marker. I believe they're going to give him forward progress, as that is Bam White on the carry.
And good job by White making that extra effort at the end to get the first down.
5:19 left to go in the first half. Handoff again to White. We'll get a gain of 3.
Tackle on the play by Mark Mashburn.
Showing their depth. Another handoff to White. Another gain of about 5. You know, Justin, when we were talking to Coach, talked about how deep the district is, and he had mentioned the Hawks in good shape with their depth, that nobody's going to be able to withstand losing, too many key players. But they said the Hawks, along with Longview, and he threw Rockwall in there as well, could withstand more. Could lose more starters than others and still be competitive. That is one of the things he's liked about this team the entire season.
The Hawks taking a timeout to take another look at this one. But, yes, definitely some depth, definitely on the defensive line. We've seen it already tonight.
So the Mighty Hawk Band will be performing at halftime on the Rest Haven Funeral Home halftime show, and we will have Dr. John Villarreal will also be joining us to talk about the 2025 Vader Project. The vote is on November the 4th. We'll have Dr. V come in and talk about trying to gain the support. Or excuse me, early voting will start on October the 20th to the 31st, and then the election day will be November 4th. So look forward to catching up with Dr. V. He has been out trying to get that thing passed. So 4:25 left to go in the half. Corner blitz by the Hogs. That's going to be Riley Black coming off the left side, able to get home in a short gain on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Ethan Jones coming in and making that play as well.
Gray handoff to White up the middle. Almost breaks it, but able to get tripped up. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Definitely 4-down territory, especially with this score.
Play action, looking to the left side. Nice coverage on the play by Quincy Jones. To Caden Brown, the intended receivers. They were trying to go back to that crossing pattern. Quincy Jones having that one locked down. So 4th down and 5. Definitely 4-down territory here for the Raiders, trailing 31-0. Hawks defense expecting to bring the house here. Gray back to pass, has a man open, caught, touchdown Raiders. Nice route by DJ Owens. It got behind the Hawks defense.
Well, Hawks stopped them earlier on a 4th down, but 4th and 5 and able to make a big pass for the first touchdown of the game.
So the Raiders lining up in the swinging gate formation. The Hawks jump that ball on that extra point. I believe that's going to be on the Hawks. No, that is a false start on the Raiders, going to back them up 5 yards. That's a nice answer by Legacy there. So they drove down, 4th down and 5, getting the touchdown to DJ Owens. Trying to get something positive in here before halftime. The extra point from 5 yards deeper, the kick is up and still good. So with 3:28 left to go in the first half, Hawks leading the Raiders 31-7 on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast has some new sponsors this week. Thank you to Signature Pool and Patio for sponsoring this broadcast. Turn your backyard into an oasis with Signature Pool and Patio. They build stunning new pools, offer reliable pool service, and create outdoor living spaces that you'll love. Call today at Signature Pool and Patio. That'd be 214-501-4835. Again, that's 214-501-4835. Thank you, Signature Pool, for sponsoring this broadcast.
3:28 left to go in the first half. Hawks 5 possessions, 4 touchdowns, and a field goal. Justin?
And Legacy with 5 possessions now able to convert there and get their first score of the game. It was the longest pass play so far, as they were able to get the touchdown from Gray to DJ Owens and get on the board.
Lawfrey and Zom back deep, onside kick. Going to be fielded immediately there as the Hawks had the hands team, and that is number 3, Dylan McCann. As the Hawks were expecting that one, they had the hands team up there, and the Hawks going to take over right at midfield.
Yeah, great job. Got on the ball, got down, and now the Hawks have great starting field position.
Can getting his first action of the year. He did suit out last week, did get in for one play, but back in that starting lineup, he's been a starter ever since his sophomore year. Expected to be a big difference in this Hawks defense. So first down 10 from midfield. Hawks trying to add to the 31-7 lead. Empty backfield. Neal, play action, has a man on the crossing route, caught Hobbs. Spins out of the tackle, down the left side to the 5, to the goal line. Out at the 1 yard line. Prince Hobbs with a great catch, keeps his balance.
Yeah, the defensive back jumps up, tried to make the interceptions, but Hobbs able to come up with it clearly. And then after that, just runs all the way down. Looked like he got the ball over the goal line at the end, but they marked him down at the 1, and the Hawks in good shape here. 1st and goal from the 1.
Once again, downfield blocking as Schmerzlicker continuing to work. It's it down to the 1. Wamba, handoff, going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play on first down. Clock rolling right around 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Second down, goal. Keeper, left side, Prosper Neal across the goal line for the touchdown. Prosper Neal on play action, fake the handoff.
You can see Prosper with the play action, had 2 men to beat, got him between them, and stretched the ball over the goal line for another Hawks touchdown. That is 5 touchdowns on the night and a field goal.
So the Hawks offense continuing to roll. Extra point this time from Winters is up and good. So with 2:52 left to go, Hawks leading 38-7. Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
We've got another new sponsor this week, and while we don't have graphics for them yet, we'd like to say a thank you to Clutch Roofing. Clutch is a company that strives to build lifelong relationships with you and provide value like no other. We do this by listening to your needs, putting you first, and always providing the absolute best in craftsmanship. Thank you, Clutch Roofing, for sponsoring this broadcast.
So Justin Webb, everything going the Hawks' way tonight.
4 non-district games, the Hawks had scored 40.5 points per game, already with 38 here in the first half. So District 10 6A, game number 1, looking pretty good for the Hawks as they have a 38-7 lead.
Got a shout out to Isaac Schmerzlicker from Kingston, New York. Also got Todd Bradford's son listening in from Oklahoma, saying go Hawks. Remember, you can text in 972-742-3877. Talk to Todd Bradford down on the field before the game. Hawks principal. Appreciate everything Miss Bradford does. Big kick. It's going to go into the end zone. So Oklahoma will be coming into town next week. Got the big Red River rivalry.
Got an Auburn game at Texas A&M tomorrow that I'll be at. But, yeah, I've heard something about a game at the State Fair of Texas every year.
Yeah, I'm miss the revamped Cotton Bowl. Also got LSU and up in Oxford. And got a little FOMO fear of missing out kicking in. I'm sure my baby girl will be there in the Grove tomorrow. But a lot of good football around.
Except for the Cowboys.
Except in Arlington. Yeah, the Packers in town for that one. So a quick throw to the left, knocked down immediately. That is number 88 on the play for the Hawks.
Jawan Lee on the play.
Jawan Lee getting those big mitts up and knocking down that pass. As read that one the whole way. Second down and 10. Gray with a throw out to the left, caught but tackled immediately. Keithan Jones right on the spot. It was a nice catch by number 14, DJ Owens, and also roughing the passer is going to add on 15 yards, give the Raiders a first down out across the 40.
Still plenty of time with 2:37 left. The Raiders with all 3 of their timeouts.
Raiders answered last drive, drove length of the field, scoring on 4th down. Back to pass, looking down the left side. Flushed out, trying to get around that left side. Flag in the backfield. We'll get the official call.
Landon Foster making the tackle. There's also a flag on the Raiders sidelines.
Illegal formation, the call. That is going to be, it said declined. There was also a holding on the call. That'll be accepted. That'll back him up 10 yards. So that's going to make it second down and 20 now. Quick throw to the left, caught. Shakes a tackle, running down the left side before being tackled down at the 25-yard line. That is
Luke Mitchell coming down and making that tackle all the way downfield. He was the third Hawk to try to make the tackle. Unfortunate to get it because that would have been a touchdown.
To Caden Brown with a nice catch and run as Zeke Cannon on the tackle on first down. And that'll be the 2-minute timeout. So with 2 minutes left to go in the first half, we'll remind everybody to stick around at halftime. Rest Haven Funeral Home halftime show. The Mighty Hog Band will be performing. And we will also have the superintendent of Rockwall ISD, Dr. J.J. Villarreal, will be joining us here in the booth to talk about the Vader Project, the vote that's coming up in October and November. Need everybody to get out and vote. Support our teachers and administration as our community is growing. So with 2 minutes left to go in the first half, Hawks leading 38-7. The Raiders showing some resilience here. Second drive in a row.
Hawks in control, but sure would like to see another stop here. Don't let these Raiders get hot.
Man in motion, play action, looking down the left side, has a man on the wheel route. And we're going to see, looks like he caught it. I believe they're going to say that he went out of bounds before coming back in. I do not see a flag, but I do see an official's hat on the field. We'll see what the, it's going to be an illegal touching will be the call as the receiver was out of bounds. came back in. Can't be the first one to touch the ball. So that pass will be incomplete.
Lost it down on the play. Is going to bring up 3rd and 8.
Gray looking down the left side on the flag, got the man at the goal line, and it's going to be an interception. What a play by Keaton Jones. Went up on the 50-50 ball, gets the interception for the Hawks, and that'll be a touchback.
Yeah, great play there, making an adjustment as we're about to see. Throw into the end zone. Keaton comes back, and that's a touchback. Hawks will get the ball with 1:45 left in the half.
Keaton Jones, what a play. The receiver was open for a minute. But you can see right there on the replay, goes up, makes the catch. What a play by these Hawks corners tonight.
Another interception for the Hawks. That is the 4th interception of the season so far.
So 1:45 left to go now. The Hawks coming back out. We'll see how aggressive they are. Wamba in the backfield, play action. Stepping up, tries to hit Gary on the crossing route, but overthrows him.
Keaton Jones with his 2nd interception of the season, now tied with Luke Mitchell, who had 2 in one game.
Can't remember too many incompletions here in the first half. Hawks have pretty much had their way. We'll have halftime stats after the visit with Dr. V. 1:38 left to go. Wamba motions out to the slot. Neo rolling right, overthrows his man as he was under pressure. That's going to make it 3rd down 10 with 1:32 left to go.
Surprised the Hawks aren't trying to run the clock out here. Incompletions do not let the clock run, so clock stopped.
They're staying aggressive. As Prince Hobbs now checks into the game. Hand off to Wamba, around the right side, has some room, bowls over one defender, moves the chains. That's a 1st down for the Hawks.
That's a big play, Shannon. It gets the 1st down, keeps the drive alive, and keeps the clock rolling. Hawks now in control with 1:20 as they snap the ball here.
Pass hits Hobbs in the chest, bounces incomplete. 1:12 left to go in the half as Dr. V and Miss Renee Murphy also checking in. So they're joining us for the halftime show. First things first, the Hawks, 1:12 left to go. Staying aggressive, empty backfield. Neal, back to pass. Screen to the left side, tries to hit Gary on the crossing route, falls incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Had some pressure and made a quick throw there. Gary was wide open, but unable to come up with it. And another 3rd and long here. 1:07 left in the half.
Seventh possession of the first half for the Hawks. They've scored on all 6. Neal, delayed draw, takes it right up the middles, right at the 1st down marker, out across the 40. Going to be just short of the 1st down. It's going to make it 4th down and 1. Interesting call here for Coach Rodney Webb.
Going to take a timeout to think about it.
So 48 seconds left to go in the half. The Hawks take a quick timeout, want to talk about it. And Justin, so far tonight, talk about it. 7 possessions, 7 scores for the Hawks. And at this point, we had talked to Coach Webb earlier in the week, the tiebreakers. He talked about how tough this district is going to be and how it can come back to tiebreakers. The tiebreakers are a 17-point max each week. So he said if you get in some of these tight games, and there's expected to be a lot of tight games in District 10 6A, that 17 points, he said if you ever see them up 10 with 2 minutes left, they're still trying to score, because that could come into play in such a tough district.
No doubt about it. More than 17 doesn't really matter, but at least 17 points as a margin of victory is important. The tiebreaker after that is a coin flip.
So 4th down and 1 for the Hawks. They're going to go for it. Keeper up the middle. Zom in the Wildcat has a first down and more down to the 32-yard line, as that was a run all the way. And the Hawks on that left side get behind Radeski and Peyton Marsh and Zavedra on the left side of that line, and another big play in the Hawks executing all the way around on offense.
Looks like they're okay with letting the clock run. They're almost in field goal range, but clock now below 20 and running.
22 seconds. Looks like that's exactly what they're going to try to do here. It'd be about a 50-yard field goal. And of course, they've got the man to do it, because that's exactly, the Hawks are going to call a timeout here. Also a chance to let your kicker get some work in.
Yeah, he's definitely capable of doing it. Not many high school players are, but we have 2 great kickers. If we're able to get the field goal here, that would be 41 points, and that would be more than our season average so far. So great start to this Hawks offense.
Bronson Mueller, also the district champion medalist for the Heath Hawks golf team. That's exactly what they're going to do. So Mueller is going to set up. Going to mark it on the 39 from the left hash. Going to be a 49-yard field goal. Last play of the half. Sean Gary on the hold. The kick is blocked. I believe there's going to be a flag on the play. It's being returned here, but there was clearly an offsides, as the Raiders are going to get into the end zone. But I believe we're going to have some tired players here, as they're going to have to go all the way back down and kick this one again.
Yeah, even though the clock's at 0 because it was a penalty on the defense, there will be another snap. And instead of a 49-yard attempt, it should be a 44-yard attempt this time.
Yeah, the left side of the Raiders line was about 3 steps into the backfield. That's why the kick was blocked so easily. So now a lot of people having to go back and reset here.
Yeah, some of those Raiders defensive linemen do not look happy about having to do this again.
So that's going to move 5 yards closer. So it'll be a 44-yard field goal now, attempt for Mueller. His Legacy is going to call a timeout now.
Mueller's 5 of 6 on field goal attempts so far this year, as long as a 46. So the penalty making this a 44-yard attempt. This will not be his longest one that he's made so far this year, if he's able to make it.
Distance definitely not the problem here on homecoming for the Heath Hawks. great turnout yesterday for the parade and the pep rally. Not the only other time you see that many people is at the Christmas parade and 4th of July. Great turnout, great community support. So one untimed down. Bronson Mueller to attempt the 44-yard field goal. Gary to hold. Kick is up. Just wide. Had plenty of distance, but wide left. So about the only thing that doesn't go the Hawks' way. That'll do it for the first half as the Hawks lead the Legacy Red Raiders 38-7. We'll take a quick break, play one commercial, then we will come back and visit about the Vader program. You're listening to Heath Hawks football on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
You know that Rest Haven has been a part of this community for over 50 years. Dwayne and Ann Kane founded this business in order to take care of the families in the community. I've taken on that and I want to keep doing it for each and every one of you. I grew up here in Rockwall and it's important to me that this community continues to operate the way it always has. That is neighbor taking care of neighbor. When I lost my dad, Rest Haven took care of my family. And it is my intention to take care of as many families as I can in the future.
A little bit higher. Right, we're here with Dr. John Villarreal, Superintendent for Rockwall ISD, and Ms. Renee Murphy. Appreciate everything that you guys do. So welcome into the show, and we're here to talk about the Vader. First of all, just plain and simple, what is a Vader?
Well, it's a voter approval tax ratification election. The state allows districts to increase their maintenance and operations with the approval one way or the other from the community. And the voter approval tax ratification election would help us address teacher pay. Our teachers are $1,700 below market average. We compare ourselves to 14 neighboring districts, and most of the districts in the DFW area already have a voter approval tax ratification election.
So the other districts around, that was one of my main questions was all the other districts around have it. Why is it so important to our district?
Well, right now districts have a higher tax rate, and they're able to have more revenue to recruit teachers, retain teachers. For us, we're also looking at adding more funding for our special education students. Right now, the state has confirmed that special education programs are underfunded, and we want to serve our kids at an excellent level, and we do that. At the same time, that's money that could be put towards teacher pay. And then our third priority is safety and security. We pay a premium to make sure our teachers feel safe so they can teach, and our kids feel safe so they can learn at higher levels. We've got 26 school resource officers in our campuses and 4 armed security guards. That's important to us, but also that's funding that is taken away from teacher pay to maintain that level of safety.
You bet. So the teachers and staff may wonder. We've heard that talk out there. How do they know that the money would actually reach them?
Yeah, good question. Pending any approval from the community, it would yield about $16.5 million. $10.5 million would be directed towards teacher pay, teacher recruitment. Of that, 68% would go to teacher pay, staff recruitment. 2% would go to campus administration. 1.5% would go to district administration. 0 for the superintendent. Teachers are the priority, staff are the priority when it comes to pay there. The remainder of the funds will go to special education services and helping our students there, and then safety and security so we can maintain a high level of safety on our campuses.
You bet. And Dr. V, what would it mean for the district if if it's turned down and we can't get it? What does that mean for us?
Sure, good question. Our job is to provide as much information as we possibly can so a voter has all the information they need to make an informed decision. Remaining neutral one way or the other, if the voter doesn't pass, we will increase program fees to help generate some revenue to keep teachers in the district, to keep them from leaving to other districts that already have a voter approval tax ratification election. And so the funds would go to serve our gap in teacher pay to help be competitive with these Vader districts. I mean, we compete with other districts. We're at $1.02. If the Vaders approve, we'd go to $1.06. I know that other districts, great districts, Wiley's at $1.21, Roy City $1.25 plus, Forney $1.28 plus. The district, the community would see on the ballot $1.06.
Yeah, so, the nasty words always, my taxes are going up, for the naysayers out there. Where are we at right now compared to others? And, what at the end of the day, what does that mean for the average homeowner?
Well, the average homeowner would, let's say the average house is $540,000. You apply the homestead exemption. That now your tax rate is going to be applied to $400,000, taking the 140 off. For that taxpayer, you're looking at $160 a year approximate, and then about $13 a month is what that comes out to.
Yeah. So the timeline's coming up. When can people vote? I know we've been showing the banner all night. What can we do to help, and where can the people go to
Right.
get this done?
Early voting will start October 20th. We'll go through October 31st, and then we'll have a November 4th Tuesday election that next week.
Okay. And where else? Where can they go if they? There's people are serious. It is their money. We understand that. You understand that. Where can they go to get this information if they have questions?
Super important question. We've been out a lot in the community, listening to the community, making sure we're informing the community. Every taxpayer is important. We have information on our district's website that folks can go to learn more about school finances in the state of Texas. All that we do is controlled by Austin and the laws that they have for us as a public school and how we manage our funds. Austin rules that area there, and they can learn more about that on our website. We have Simple Truth that's available for our families as well. And, if they have any questions, we're certainly willing to answer those in our community.
Yeah, well, Dr. V, we certainly appreciate everything we do.
Yes,
we
sir.
know you guys are out there working hard, and so we appreciate you pass this along. We're going to continue to try to promote it all we can. We appreciate everything that you do, and we're all here tonight. How about these Hogs and the Jackets? Got a lot of it's district time now. Had some big wins so far in these first 4
Well, I had a
games.
chance to be on the field early on the first few touchdowns. In my head, I actually scored a couple of touchdowns, but that didn't happen. But the kids are playing hard. We've got a great group of kids, great leadership with our kids. Our coaches have done a great job. I will say I have my phone and I'm watching the Yellow Jackets over at Roy City. They're doing a good job, and I hope we come out in the second half and maybe feel like we're behind and play even harder going out in the second half. I enjoy watching the kids get better.
Yeah, what is that score over in Roy City so far?
I think we have quite a few points ahead of the other.
Okay,
points,
so the Jackets taking care of business over there. Man, it's been exciting. I know you guys have worked hard to get these coaches in, and they've been working hard, and it's really paying off. Been a couple of big wins this year. The Hogs going over to Holland Park, only the fourth win ever or since 1999, which is kind of just unbelievable. That was a great win. And then last week, the Jackets got to go over to North Crowley and beat the defending state champion. And that state champion is not down this year. That state champion beat DeSoto.
They
so,
did.
there was nothing cheap about it, and it's really shaping up to be a great district.
Well, I got to go to Highland Park, and I enjoyed watching that football game. A whole nother team in the second half. You did a great job, by the way. Lots of excitement. And then last week, just went crazy. You know, I called Coach Brooks this week, and I said, "Was that a out, an out and up and or an and go, kind of a stop, and then takes off and goes vertical? The ball's in the air. They got a great cornerback that kind of sat, and we got behind it and scored that touchdown and won. I mean, Jacket Fight never dies there. And I'll stop there because I know this is a Hawk broadcast, and we love our Hawks. Okay?
Hey, but it's a Rockwall ISD. We appreciate everything that you guys do, and make sure you get out and vote. This is very important. The facilities, you know, we're talking about the districts. We got Forney. You know, Forney has 2 stadiums over there. We got Roy City. Even Longview's got some upgraded equipment there. We know that Vader's important for the entire community, because that's what gets the teachers in, number one, and also helps to have these great facilities that we have.
Sir.
You bet. Well, Dr.
Thank you.
John Villarreal, appreciate you
Grateful.
coming by as always. We're going to go ahead and take a break because we got the Mighty Hog Band coming up, and we're going to give them some love and take a break and then come back and see if the Hawks can keep it rolling.
Thanks, Shannon. Appreciate you.
You bet. It's Dr. John Villarreal and Miss Renee Murphy with Rockwall ISD. We're going to take a break, come back, and Mighty Hog Band will be on deck on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
For those with an independent spirit, there's a bank as independent as you. For buying a home, for building a business, for getting snacks at the game. We've been serving North Texas since 1875. Because we're more than a bank. We're your bank for life. American National Bank of Texas.
We've got the Mighty Hawk Band coming up here soon, but first I want to thank the band sponsors. Some of these sponsors also happen to have sponsored this broadcast. That would be the platinum sponsors, Rockwall Ford, Orvis Mizars, and Sugar Llamas. We have gold sponsors, Yes Installations and Top Doc Medicine, as well as Sweet Pea Midwifery. Was told that I mispronounced it last week, and I genuinely apologize. We also have a silver sponsor, Iron Hub, and then a litany of bronze sponsors, Home Bank of Texas, Shaw Orthodontics, Trend HR, Lake Ray Hubbard Pediatrics, T3 Chiropractic, Worthy Blessings Clinic, and Dental Professionals of Rockwall. Thank you very much to these 2025 to 2026 corporate sponsors of the Mighty Hawk Band. We would not be able to do this without you. They'll be coming up right after a performance from Tyler Legacy's band, and don't forget to get out and vote for that Vader.
Title Legacy Band is under the direction of Justin Threadgill, Alonso Hernandez, Matt Gardner, and Daryl Montgomery. Color Guard Director is Kirsten Threadgill.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rockwall High School proudly presents the 21st time of the National Champion Dance Team, the Heath High Steppers. The High Steppers, known as the Heart of Heath, will feature 3 tonight, also commemorating their traditional to the song Stepping Out by Heart at the Broadway musical in Greenville. High Steppers are proud to have Miss Brooklyn Lily Johnson, Miss Jump Splits and Yoga, Sidekick, Maya Grimani, Line Major, Charlie Kingston, Freeman Major, Addie Nagy, Dance Instructor, Camilla Johnson, Robin Baker, Rachel Kapinskis, Sexton Davis, Debbie Santano, and Vanessa Salazar. Instructor of the week is Miss Sexton Davis. Instructor Manager is Miss Abigail Ross. First Lieutenant Andy Yoga, and front and center in the Army Group salute to our award-winning captain, Miss Maya Gulati. And now the High Steppers give the third homage to a team offense. director is Mrs. Shawnee Simpson. Women member amazing. High steppers Cincinnati. Leadership Mrs. Savannah. Seymour Billington. Rockwall Elementary. General Protection Resources Incorporated. Water Construction. Hudson Broadcast Signal Campus Construction. Weather Fairlight. Security. Rosalia Gilmore. Drivers from Marketing. Airborne for One Doors. Miles from Record and Eva Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hurricanes are HHS National Champion Heath High Steppers. And now, for your continued halftime entertainment, the Rockwall Heath High School is proud to present the Mighty Hawk Band. The band is under the direction of Christopher Ward, Robert Kelly, Kelly Hall, Benson Lewis, Austin Wood, Joseph Tucson, and Mike David. Tonight, under the direction of Club Nature's Jerry Gonzalez, David Lumberg, Angel and Noriega Lorenz, and Sebastian Sanchez. The band will be performing Acts 1 and 2 of their 2025 compilation show, Ancient Embers. Drug Nature, is your band ready? Congratulations to our ninth grader of the week, Lexi Jensen. Student of the week is Anthony Chinchilla. The former of the week is Paris Williams. And our section of the week is the food section. The Mighty Hog Band would like to proudly thank their 2025 corporate sponsors for their continued support. Lawn sponsors, Sweet Pea Victory, Hot Rock Co-Medicine, and Yes Installation. Today with Yes Installation, Smart Home Living in Hip-Hop, Rockwall, Texas. And our platinum sponsors, Corvus Mazars, Sugarline, Rockwall Ford, proudly supporting Rockwall schools and community for over 20 years. The band would also like to thank Superintendent Dr. John Villarreal, Director of Fine Arts and Visual Curriculum and Sunrise, Principal Todd Bradford, the Rockwall High School Board of Trustees, and all of our band, family, and friends for their continued support. Best wishes to the Tyler Legacy Band as they prepare for the upcoming competition. Referee Coleman.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Jacob Rhodes of Smith Allen Insurance. Has your home insurance rate doubled in the last few years? Talk to Jacob Rhodes, your trusted broker at Smith Allen Insurance. Born and raised in Rockwall, Jacob is a class of 2023 graduate at Rockwall High School and is committed to finding the best rates along with top-notch service. Whether it's home or auto insurance, Jacob takes the time to understand your needs and tailor coverage to fit your life. Contact him today at 214-460-3638. Again, that's 214-460-3638. Or contact him at jacob@smithallen.com. Smith Allen Insurance, your local, reliable partner to help protect you and help you protect what matters most. Thank you, Jacob Rhodes, for sponsoring this broadcast.
Thank you, Tristan. As we get prepared here for the second half, the Hawks coming back onto the field after a dominant first half. First half stats, Hawks with 17 first downs, 395 total yards, 225 in the air, 170 on the ground. Tyler Legacy with 8 first downs, 167 total yards, 107 through the air, only 60 on the ground. Prosper Neal, 9 of 14 for 225 yards and a touchdown. Carter Zom, 12 rushes, 104 yards already, 8.67 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. Brian Wamba, 9 carries, 56 yards and a touchdown. Prosper Neal also with a touchdown on the ground. Sean Gary leading the way with 5 receptions, 124 yards, averaging 24.8 yards per reception and a touchdown. Prince Hobbs, 1 reception, 49 yards. Carter Zom with a reception also for 35 yards. Hawks dominating so far in the first half. We got some scorers from around District 10-6A as the Rockwall Yellow Jackets at half have a 31-7 lead over the Royce City Bulldogs, and North Forney 21-43. Both of those games at half, Shannon.
A little surprised on the North Forney score. See that one tightening back up, but Rockwall building off that momentum from last week as we get set for kickoff here in the second half. Everything going the Hawks' way in the first half as Mueller puts the big leg into it and kicks it into the end zone for the touchback. So the Raiders expecting to come back. They've been scoring 40 points a game, so expect them to make a run here in the second half. Talking about that District 10-6A standings going into the 9. North Forney, Royce City, both 4-0. Royce City definitely looking to take a loss there. North Forney in control. And of course, Heath, Forney at 3-1, Longview 2-2, Rockwall 2-2, and Legacy at 2-2 coming in. But it all starts over tonight. Hawks were on their way to going 1-0 in district play. Back to pass. Chase down from behind and a big sack there. Number 88 with another big play tonight.
Juwan Lee, we called his name earlier when he jumped up and knocked down a pass, but gets the sack there. Good start here for the second half for this Hawks defensive line.
So loss of 1 on the quarterback sack. Gray back to pass, has a man, another coverage by Colton Lawfrey. Didn't get his head around. They're going to get him on pass interference there.
Yeah, pass was underthrown. Receiver had to slow down, and Lawfrey made contact, so they're going to get the pass interference call, and that's going to be a first down for the Red Raiders.
Didn't get his head back around. That's usually what the call is. He was with his man step for step. Nevertheless, that's going to bring up first down and 10 out to the 39-yard line. Gray looking, has a man on the comeback route, caught, spins out of one tackle, ran out of bounds down to the 42-yard line. Red Raiders on the move here to open up the third period.
Already into Hawks territory.
Back pass, looks back to the left, has a man on the comeback, caught by number 11. 14, DJ Owens had the touchdown earlier. We'll bring up second down and 1. Raiders on the move. And off to White. Tripped up as he goes across the line of scrimmage. Going to be enough for a first down to the 31. Just underway here in the third period from Wilkerson Sanders Memorial Stadium, Rockwall. Both Rockwall ISD schools with big wins in the preseason. Looking good tonight. Tried to hand it off, had to pull it back down, spins out. Now down inside the 10, and a busted play turns into a long run for the quarterback, Kason Gray, down to the 6-yard line, where it's going to be first down and goal. Make that the 7.
An injured Hawk on the play, but that was a great job by Luke Mitchell of running down Gary, the quarterback, and keeping him from scoring a touchdown there.
Kason Gray tried to get the handoff to Bam White. It didn't, wisely pulled it down. The busted play turns into a long run. As got a Hawk down on the field. So we're going to take a quick break and come back on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Texas Health of Rockwall. Texas Health of Rockwall Hospital is proud to serve the growing areas of Rockwall County, Kaufman County, Hunt County, eastern Dallas, and southern Collin County, as well as many other outlying areas. Texas Health of Rockwall are big supporters of Rockwall ISD athletics, and thank you, Texas Health, for sponsoring this broadcast.
Juwan Lee coming off the field a little gingerly. But they are. So back to the action. First down and goal from the 7. Legacy trying to score here on their first drive of the second half. Quarterback keeper met at the line immediately. They're going to call, I think they're going to call a late hit there, but they let that one go too long before they blew the whistle.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but that will be a half the distance to goal line, I believe, and another first down.
They let it go for a while as the quarterback, number 10, Vaughn Lane, on the keeper. Lane was started out the game as the tight end in at quarterback now. He's a junior. They're going to call it first and goal, half the distance. But I think first down goal from the 5. Lane chased down from the backside as the snap was to his right. And with this Hawk defense, everything's got to go right or the pursuit catches up fast.
Yeah, good job by
that was
Berryman.
number 16, Carson Adams, on the tackle. Keeper caught immediately in the backfield once again. Number 16, Carson Adams, coming off the corners. The Hogs not going to let you run up the middle on them.
A couple other Hawks in there as well. It was definitely a lot of pressure there on the new quarterback.
3rd down and goal from the 7. Hogs defense already stopped Raiders once inside the red zone on downs. Got to figure they're definitely in 4-down territory here. Raiders put together a few nice drives in the first half. Definitely no quit in this Coach Trahan team. Keeper to the left side all the way. Nothing doing as the Hogs defense strings it out. Good job led by number 44, Grant Moravic. That's going to make it 4th down and goal from the 5.
Another chance for this defense to get a stop. They've had so many already tonight.
Coach Bo Trahan, also Brody Trahan, the defense coordinator, was here with the Hawks for a couple of years. No, there's no quitting those guys. So 4th down and goal from the 5. Hawks defense trying to step up again. Rolls right, throws it. It's going to be incomplete. Would have been short of the goal line anyway, and the Hawks defense coming up big again, Justin.
Another big stop, and they'll take over at their own 5, but only scored 7 points, these Red Raiders, because this Hawks defense is bending but not breaking, Shannon.
So the Hawks going to take over 1st and 5, and we come back on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
We've got a litany of sponsors this year compared to all the other years. That'd be Hanby Insurance, Home Bank of Texas, Riddle Brothers Roofing, Shane Homes, Toll Brothers, Griffin Heat Shield, American National Bank of Texas, as well as a couple more after this.
Back to the action. Got a new quarterback in. Handoff as we're going to start seeing that as Mikael Yeager on the carry, and Collins Jones in at quarterback. Had a couple of huge touchdown passes last week.
Yeah, Coach told us that he'd get some experience in the preseason, but told us we wouldn't see very many backups. I don't know if he thought we would have a 31-point lead here midway through the 3rd.
Jones with a keeper as he faked the handoff, gets around the left side. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. He said he's expecting a dogfight every week. And of course, Jones, he played in some key moments in the preseason too, so no surprise to see him in. Handoff again to Yeager. Not much room on the left side.
Well, you get some snaps for some other players. Always good to get some more experience on the team, and you get to rest your starters. Keep them from getting any injuries in a game that's hopefully decided at this point.
That was Brian Wamba in at running back. Wamba shifts to the right of Jones. Play action. Back to pass. Now flush to the right. Still looking downfield. Cuts it inside. Decides to keep it. Turns it into a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Jones with 2 receivers to the left. Rolls left. Has a man, Hobbs, right at the 1st down marker. Looks like it may be just enough. They are saying it is a 1st down, so good job by Jones and Prince Hobbs getting to the 1st down marker, getting the catch, moving the chains. Jones with the keeper around the right side. Shakes 2 tackles. Gain of 3. Nice read by Collins Jones on the lead option.
Luke Allen, number 44, on the tackle. Clock still running. Hawks are happy to let the clock run at this point in the game.
Play action. Looking deep down the left side for Hobbs. Is well covered as the ball is overthrown. Prince Hobbs, we saw him connect on that one a couple times last week. That is going to make it 3rd down and 7. Hawks open next week for the stretch run. This will be at North Forney 2 weeks from tonight. North Forney handling up on Forney Hyde tonight. In the first half, we'll try to get you updates on the scores. Play action, screen to the right, caught Wamba. A little bit of room out in front, folds over a defender, but a flag is on the play. Let's see what the call is. Everybody's moving back, so it is on the Hawks. We'll get the call. Holding on the Hawks. So it'll stay 3rd down. Now it's going to back it up. The play was downfield, so now it's going to be 3rd down and 13.
Also erases what would have been a good 1st down play, but
Gary in motion. Got him on the post, just off the fingertips of Sean Gary. That's going to bring up 4th down for the first time tonight. The Hawks will have to punt.
and couldn't overcome that penalty. It looked like Gary was open for a minute. The ball was just a little bit overthrown, but penalty forcing the Hawks into 3rd and long, and now they'll punt for the first time tonight from their own 24-yard line.
5:21 left to go here in the 3rd. Bronson Mueller back to punt for the Hawks. Booming punt. Fair caught at the 41-yard line. So with 5:21 left to go in the 3rd, Hawks leading 38-7 on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Here to thank the second half of our extensive list of sponsors that help make this broadcast possible. We've got Rockwall Ford, Rockwall Dodge, Texas Health of Rockwall, Jacob Rhodes of Smith Allen Insurance, Sign Mart, Coleman, THTO, Signature Pool and Patio, Baylor Scott and White of Rockwall, and Clutch Roofing. Thank you guys very much for your continued support of the 2025 Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
So penalty. It'll be a false start. It's going to back up the Raiders here as they start their 2nd drive of the 3rd period. Handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go as Luke Mitchell coming off the left side.
Zeke Cannon also getting a piece of that as the Hawks continue to stop the run. Bring up 3rd and 15 now, 3rd and 14. Second.
First one was a dead ball. So 2nd down and 14. Foster coming off the corner, gets tackled. Quarterback rolls out, throws caught. I believe this one's going to come back. Yes. Landon Foster had a beeline for the quarterback and just got tackled by the running back. That's going to be a hold.
Pretty good tackle by Pearl Jackson, but
I don't think he had a choice. Landon Foster had a full head of steam.
now that's going to bring up 2nd and 24 for the Raiders.
Big game tonight for Juwan Lee. He limped off a little bit earlier, but he's made a couple of big plays there on the right side of the defensive line.
Carson Adams having another big game as 2, and then Zeke Cannon. We've said his name several times tonight.
Yeah, also back to pass. Looking down the left side, throws it high. Nice coverage for the Hawks by Cornelius Brown.
Luke Mitchell making a lot of big tackles, chasing people down from behind, saving a touchdown or 2.
Noah Dana in at safety, as Dana made the starts during the preseason, filled in very nicely for Dylan McCann. McCann, I think he's seen enough, got his first big action of the district play. Rolling to the left, flush, Foster chases him down from behind. Actually going to be a gain of about 1. Landon Foster, another nice defensive play.
Ran down that quarterback and going to force them to punt. It's 4th and forever. Defense coming through again, Shannon.
4th down and 21 as the defense just continues to be relentless on homecoming night. Here for the Heath Hawks.
Talked to Coach Webb this week and asked him, is there any incentives for the team to get a big victory on homecoming? And he said, nope, we'll have practice tomorrow morning.
Winners punting, or excuse me, that is Legacy punting. Nehemiah Ford, as the ball came in low, doing a good job, get that one off, rolls out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So 3:09 left to go in the 3rd. Hawks in control. Rockwall ISD Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Sign Mart. Sign Mart Rockwall is a proud supporter of Rockwall ISD Athletics. If you are in need of a sign or banner, reach out to Jake Sparks. Sign Mart on the Square in downtown Rockwall is a proud sponsor of the RISD Sports Network.
Paul Shaw texting in saying, vote yes on the Vader.
A reminder that the early voting for the Vader is October 20th to the 31st.
Got Mr. Denise Wheeler texting in. Good old buddy, Lance Wheeler.
Just love you, Lance.
Love you, Lance. 3:09 left to go here in the 3rd. Here around the left side. Wamba on the carry for the Hawks.
Tackle by Cambria Williams, number 32 for the Raiders.
And off to Wamba again, bounces off one tackle. Can't get away from the second. Makes it 3rd down and 5.
Ethan Brown, number 3, his 5th tackle of the night.
Got the Heath watch party going on at the Thompson's house. Got Kelly Webb. You know that girl?
Know her very well.
Marty Perez, Marty and James Thompson, Crystal and Cody Shackley, Christy and Jason McAnally. Oh, McAnally's ready to watch that LSU Ole Miss game tomorrow.
Left all of them at the Texas Valor Project to come spend time with you, Shannon.
There you go, and it is much appreciated. Also got Coach Mac Munson's father-in-law, Boy George, cheering on the Hawks from northern Utah. Glad to have all 3 of the Munsons here on staff. 2:21 to go. Handoff. Left side, that is Mikhail Yeager. So got James McNatt watching from Wichita Falls, son Michael McNatt is part of the defensive coaching staff. Had a text in for the band from Knoxville, Tennessee, saying go Hawks. And oh, we have our newest Hawk. I gotta give a shout out here in a second. Handoff left side. Into the end zone goes number 30, Mikhail Yeager. Round the left side, led by Jackson Radeski on the left side. Clear sailing into the end zone, and the Hawks lead 44-7.
Yeager showing off some speed there. Coach Webb telling us early on that he's got 3 running backs, all of which are 6A quality starters, and we saw it right there as Yeager beats everybody and gets to the end zone.
So we've got a shout out to Waco, Texas. We got Gracie Collin and baby Waylon watching. That is the grandson of Coach Rodney Webb. Congratulations, Gracie. Remember, Gracie, when she was in elementary, hanging out with my neighbor. Now, proud mama, beautiful picture there of baby Waylon. Congratulations to the Webb family. I know that was, they were on pins and needles there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, remember the Highland Park game? We didn't know if Coach Webb was going to be there or not.
So the Hawks lead 44-7 here. Got a couple of more announcements. Got something for us, Tristan?
Just a reminder that every Hawk touchdown is an M&D Real Estate touchdown. Thank you, M&D Real Estate, for sponsoring the Hawks and this broadcast.
Bunch of M&D Real Estate touchdowns tonight.
$50 for every touchdown donated to the Hawks Booster Club. Misty and Danny Perez, appreciate all that y'all do. Baby Waylon already has the Hawks onesie, the big Harvard H on there. I know there's proud granddad. We got to interview him this week. So the Hawks kicking off is another showing the depth of this team with the offense. That kick is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So with 1:32 left to go here in the third. And Tristan, you got so many sponsors here. Chris Curtis just keeps pouring them on.
No kidding. I think we've gotten through just about every one of them, and we are very grateful for them. I've got one more, though, if we've got time.
You bet.
This broadcast is brought to you by Toll Brothers. For everything that sets the Toll Brothers apart, that includes the places they choose to build, their impressive architecture, personalization options to suit your style, and the seasoned experts on their team. All of that sets you on the path to a new home that you'll love. So discover the Toll Brothers advantage, and thank you, Toll Brothers, for sponsoring this broadcast. That would be all of them.
Snap to Joseph Lane. Goes a little wide, and Pearl Jackson has no choice but to jump on it. Loss of 3 yards. As Justin Hawk's defense is just relentless.
Really is, Shannon. There's a minute left here in the third period. And they're not letting anything by them.
And we talk about how that sets up for District 10-6A. Talked about the preseason, 3 big passing teams. And those teams score on everybody, but the Hawks able to get a lot of experience there. But really, they are built for this. If you don't have a passing game, and you're one-dimensional, this front 7 of the Hawks is just too good.
That Raiders offensive line, some big boys, but the Hawks are able to get pressure, able to get around them, shown a lot of speed, and have been causing havoc in the backfield all night long.
Lane does not have a receiver size to pull it down. Takes off running and is run out of bounds by Landon Foster. 28 seconds left to go That is going to bring up 4th down and 6.
Another 3 and out for the Hawks defense.
It's Colton Lawfrey going to go back. I'm feeling at some point Lawfrey's going to take one of these punts back to the house. Short punt, Lawfrey takes the fair catch at the 45. So with 21 seconds left to go in the 3rd period, the Hawks well in command, 44-7. So the Hawks take over, 21 seconds left to go in the 3rd period. Larry Foster Sr., shout out for grandson Landon. And off to Yeager, tries to bounce it outside, nowhere to go. Good job by the Raiders defensive line. Number 7, Austin Humber on the tackle. Sheldon Bell, junior receiver, checked in. That's going to do it for the 3rd period. So the Hawks, well in command, take a 44-7 lead into the 4th quarter. We have any scores from around the district?
Get some real quick after these commercial messages.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Baylor Scott and White. If a sports injury is limiting your life, Dr. Ali Ashraf, official team doctor for the Heath Hawks, is ready to get you moving again. Accepting new patients ages 12 and older, call 469-800-7200. Again, that's 469-800-7200. Or visit bswortho.com. Again, that's Baylor Scott and White, proud supporters of the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Got some updates in District 10-6A. Not much has changed. Still 31-7 Rockwall in the 3rd quarter at Roy City, and still 21-3 North Forney leading Forney going into the 4th quarter in that one.
So we start the 4th quarter. Collins Jones still in at quarterback. Just mentioned Sheldon Bell split out wide. Brooks Davenport tried to throw it out to Davenport. Pass is deflected, falls incomplete. They were trying to get the screen set up to Davenport. Carson Hutchinson also split out to the left. Along with Bell. And off right side. Yeager breaks another one, cuts it back inside, down to the 20-yard line. Another tough run by Mikael Yeager.
With that big run, the Hawks now over 500 yards of total offense, over 250 yards on the ground alone.
Yeager, the sophomore, knew we would see him at some point in the season. Highly touted. Coach Webb likes this kid. Quick throw out to the left, caught. Number 38, Andrew Dyer on the catch. Gets his first reception of the season.
Another tackle by number 3, Ethan Brown for the Raiders.
No gain on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And the Hawks going to call a timeout as had trouble getting that play in. So 10:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick break on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. But now it's offense. So 10:40 left to go in the game. Hawks well in command. Collins Jones. Man in motion. Fakes to Yeager, keeps it around the right side. Nowhere to go is another good defensive play there by Ethan Brown. Gets them in the backfield. Clock continues to run. Loss of 3 on the play. Make it 3rd down and 13. Brooks Davenport in at H-back. Yeager to the left of Jones. Play action. Tries to throw the screen to the left. Back. Jones catches it and then throws it again. I do not believe that is legal. It was 2 forward passes. He actually caught his own pass to start with. So we're going to see what the call is. Jones threw it. Nice defensive play. Defensive lineman jumped up, batted it. Jones had it, caught it. As you can see on the replay there. Takes off running with it, but tries to throw it away.
Great effort by Jones, but unfortunately he's going to lose yardage on the play.
Yeah, 2 forward passes. Don't see that one every day. The same play, so that's a loss of down and a 5-yard penalty. That's going to bring it back 4th down, back to the 31-yard line. So now another long field goal, but this time we're going to see
number 6, Braden Winters.
Yeah, Winters get to kick a long one. Jones will be on the hold, so with that penalty, he's going to back it up. Winters about to get a shot at a 53-yarder here from the hash. This is going to be a good college tape if he can get this one through. Jones to hold. Winters. Kick is up and just misses to the left. But there is a flag on the play. I believe that was offsides as the Raiders, that's twice now. They've gotten a little early start on the field goal unit.
It's the exact same thing they did last time, so the Hawks are going to move up 5 yards.
So that's going to make it a little more manageable. As now we're talking about a 48-yarder. Braden Winters from 48 yards off the hold of Jones. Kick is up and misses wide left. So the Hawks, with another time-consuming drive, are turned away. Raiders are going to take over, but the Hawks well in command, 44-7.
The Rockwall ISD Sports Network wants to say a big thank you to Chick-fil-A for sponsoring their Teacher of the Week segments once again this year. Those were the segments that you saw at the beginning of the broadcast and show off the teachers that could really use that Vader vote coming up on October 20th to the 31st.
Also appreciate the title sponsor, Alliance Bank, Rest Haven Funeral Home for our halftime. As That is a touchdown. I apologize. I did not see that play get started.
DJ Owens on the reception was wide open. So that ends up being a 70-yard touchdown reception for the second score of the game for the Raiders.
So nice pass there by number 10, Joseph Lane. I apologize to any Legacy fans there as we were trying to pay the bills with the sponsors, and a nice connection there as these Raiders continuing to fight as the Hawks lead to 44-14. So back to what I was saying, Rest Haven Funeral Home, a halftime sponsor, Rockwall Sports Center for the post game. Hope you'll stick around. We'll get down. Always talk to Coach Webb and several key players. Got any ideas on players of the game tonight?
Well, it's about to talk about defense, but I still think that's where we should go, Shannon. Thinking maybe we could talk to Zeke Cannon. Definitely could talk to Carson Adams.
Also, don't forget about that interception. We got our probably need to get our cornerbacks in there as well.
Keithon Jones.
Yep, and Quincy Jones on good coverage, and might see about getting some of those big offensive linemen out there tonight.
Definitely plenty of good play from both sides of the ball for the Hawks, and very decisive 44-14 lead so far with 9:38 left.
Yeah, Hawks have definitely been taking care of business. Talking to Coach Rodney Webb, talked about it. You got to bring it every week. You also got to stay healthy. So far, it appears that the Hawks have gotten through this game with got most of their starters out now and taking care of business and serve notice to the rest of 10-6A that this is not going to be an easy out. Of course, got the bye week next week, and then both Forney schools are going to be tough, and always tough I-30 Classic, as both of these teams are a little more than advertised during preseason. As Hobbs takes it around the left side, has a little bit of room. It's going to get hemmed up around the 36-yard line as Prince Hobbs on the nice kickoff return.
Tackled by Austin Humler, number 7. Would be fun to score again, but I'd like to see a long drive and burn some of this clock.
This is the point, Coach talks about it a lot too. This is where, the players that are in there are playing hard. As checking in at receiver here at the bottom, number 82, Will Ragland in at receiver, getting his first action as Mikhail Yeager bust out. There is a flag on the play. Good to see the senior Will Ragland in the game. Also Tristan Pratt, number 81, another one of the senior receivers. So 12 men on the field. That will be declined. Result of the play will be a first down for the Hawks.
Looks like there was another flag for a face mask, so 15 more yards added to the end of the play.
Handoff, Yeager bounces one tackle, shakes another one down to the 20, where he is ridden out of bounds. And another 18-yard gain on the play by Yeager. And the Hawks continuing to move the ball. So first down and 10 now from the 21. Keeper around the right side. Tripped up is Collins Jones down to the 12-yard line. It's going to be just short of the first down. Going to bring up 2nd down and 1. The Hawks running the clock like you had said, Justin. Also moving the ball.
Go clock, go.
End off Yeager, bounces it outside again. One man to beat. Cuts it inside, tackled by a host of Raiders. Down to the 4-yard line, going to bring up 1st down and goal from the 4. Tyler Allen checking in at receiver for the Hawks. He split out to the left. Sheldon Bell also checking back in. Hawks showing the depth. William Larson split to the right. End off Yeager around the right side, battles his way to the goal line. Cross for the touchdown. Mikael Yeager getting behind the right side of that offensive line. Trey Johnson and Jace Allen clearing the way. And another touchdown for the Hawks and another big run and a big night for Mikael Yeager, the sophomore.
And an M&D touchdown. I believe that's the 7th of the night.
Mueller on to kick the extra point off the hold of Jones. Kick is up and it is good. So with 7.5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter, Hawks with a commanding 51-14 lead over the Legacy Red Raiders.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Home Bank of Texas, locally owned community banking at its best. Recognized as one of the strongest financial institutions in the country, rated 5 stars by Bauer Financial. Visit their Rockwall location at 105 East Ralph Hall Parkway for more information. Again, that's Home Bank of Texas for the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Seven and a half minutes left to go in the game. The Hawks getting it done, and Justin showing the depth of this team. A lot of players contributing to that.
No doubt about it. Still scoring touchdowns from start to finish. 51 points now for the Hawks. This has been a fun one, Shannon.
High kick. Fielded at the 8-yard line. Reverses, got some room. Look around the left side before the pursuit catches up. Nice tackle by Tyler Powers.
Flag down on the plate.
Flags all over. Generally, when you change direction that many times, usually some blocks in the back. Let the officials sort it out. Remember to vote on the Vader coming up. The bond election, Hawks. Rockwall ISD need your support. Good to have Dr. V, Renee Murphy on at halftime to talk about it. We'll be talking about it a lot more as the election coming up. Early voting starts October 20th to 31st. The election November 4th. Very important for Rockwall ISD. 7:16 left to go. As saw on the last drive, quick score as Von Lane looking up on the deep pass. Lane having trouble with the snap, has to run around the right side, and the Hog defense catching up immediately as a tackle made by Jaden Jones.
Tackle for loss. Push them back to second and about 14.
And off around the right side. Ran out of bounds. Another nice play there by Jaden Jones. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Jordan Hughes checking in. Throw deep down the middle, has a man caught. Tackled inside the 40-yard line by Cornelius Brown, but not before a huge pickup on the play, on the connection to number 5. That is to Cadian Brown. Another nice pass by Von Lane. Handoff around the left side. Has room. It's going to be run out of bounds right around the 27-yard line as Jace Love on the carry for the Raiders. That's off to Coach Bo Trahan as his team continuing to battle. And off again to Brown.
Number 26, Mark Mashburn on the tackle for the Hawks.
And off again to Brown, has room down the left side. It's going to run out of bounds right around the 11-yard line. Or Jace Love on the carry. Lane hands off to Love, up the middle, spins off of one tackle, down close to the goal line, gets across for the touchdown. So another nice drive by the Raiders as Jace Love fighting his way into the end zone.
Looked like a direct snap. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but able to get it cleanly and go right up the middle and just get across the end zone for the 3rd touchdown of the night for the Raiders. And the extra point is good.
So Jason Maganelli texted in, said he's watching from the Thompson's house. I guess he didn't know Thompson already sent us a picture of all of them from there, but appreciate the McAnallys texting in. Also, got Jose Martinez, number 72, Seabass Martinez's dad. Hawk for life texting in. Also got the grandparents of Prosper Neal watching with their friends, the Canes. Doug and Lynn Levitt. Got one of Isaac Schmerzlicker's cousins texting in. I think we've always had that pronunciation right. .529 left to go. Hawks take the kickoff. Mikhail Yeager working overtime tonight. Takes it out to the 26-yard line. So 5:22 left to go. I'm going to start making my way down for post-game interviews. Always like to get as many of the players on camera after a big win. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Justin Webb to carry you home, pick you up post-game with Coach Webb. Talk about this victory.
Sounds good, Shannon. We'll take it from here. 5:22 left here in the fourth. Hand off up the middle. The Hawks get about 8 yards on first down. Number 34, Anthony Beltran, running the ball now for the Hawks. Under 5 minutes as the clock runs here. Collins Jones looking for the play call from the sideline. Offensive line comes set. Another handoff to Beltran off the middle, but he is tackled for a loss by number 11, Bauer Sibley. We've said that name a few times tonight. So that's going to bring up third down and a long 3, call it 4. The Hawks normally with their hurry-up offense more than happy just to use the play clock and try to run this clock down. We should be under 4 minutes as they're about to snap this one. Another run up the middle. Nice second effort there by Beltran. It's going to be enough for a Hawks first down. So 1st and 10 now for the Hawks from their own 40. The clock continues to run. Pass out in the flat to number 82 for the Hawks. It's Will Ragland, his first reception of the night. Gain of 2 on the play. Pushed out of bounds by number 23, Dane Sibley. And that will stop the clock, bringing up 2nd down and 8 for the Hawks. Another run up the middle. Beltran this time fights for 3.5, 4 yards. Making this third down play much more achievable. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 now for the Hawks as the clock is running below 3 minutes. The Hawks are able to get 1 or 2 more first downs. That should be enough to end this one. We're going to have to convert on this play. Pass play out to number 82 again. He's going to be tackled for a short loss. That's going to bring up 4th down and 4. Will Ragland, Tyler Allen on the reception, number 80. I believe the Hawks might let this one run down and call a timeout. 2 minutes should remain by the time the clock gets down to 1 on the play clock and coach calls his timeout. Hawks leading 51-21. Been a decisive Hawks victory tonight as they get their first game in District 10-6A in the win column. Sure enough, coach calls the timeout, but he can bring out most likely the punting team. Shannon Rodden making his way down to the field. We will get some post-game interviews after this one. Get you some final stats when this one's over. Next week, the Hawks are off. They have the open week, so they will get some rest before coming back in 2 weeks and playing at North Forney, which will be a big game, as North Forney, one of the teams that definitely is a team you need to beat if you want to be a #1 seed, especially in Division I. So 4th down and 5, 2 minutes remaining in the game. Punt formation for the Hawks.
You got me there, Justin?
We got you, Shannon.
Down here with the cheerleaders, got Tatum Rodden. Homecoming. How about those Hawks tonight?
They're doing great.
So what's on the plan for the rest of the weekend?
Get hype, have fun, and win football.
Speaking of winning football, Shannon.
You heard it straight from the mouth. That's a little bit dangerous to ask that question there, but no, that's my baby girl. Always. Check that 22.
Well, while you were talking to her, Shannon, the Hawks punted the ball in a muffed recovery, and the Hawks able to recover the fumble. So Hawks ball again now at the 26-yard line with 1:49 left in this one. A great special teams play. Good job by those Hawks getting downfield and getting on top of that ball. The offense comes out again. And it's another handoff up the middle. Be a loss of 2 or 3 yards, but the clock will continue to roll.
Number 34, Anthony Beltran, carry for the Hawks.
Beltran on the carry, but he had 3 or 4 Red Raiders in the backfield.
So these guys still in the game, still battling. Can't get over. Any Hawks are contributing on this.
Handoff up the middle again. A gain of 1 or 2 on the play. And they will reset the play clock. 40 seconds now and under a minute as the game clock continues to roll. Barring a timeout, if the Hawks run the ball again, this might be the last play of the game. So less than 40 seconds on the clock. Hawks throw a pass out to number 81, who's tackled inside the field of play. That's Tristan Pratt on the reception. The clock will continue to run, and that should do it. Hawks coaches celebrating on the sidelines as the team approaches the 50-yard line. And the clock ticking down to 0, and this one's going to be over.
Hey, Justin.
Gotcha, Shannon.
Down here with Madison and Maddie from the Hawks photography team. Guys, how exciting is a game like this for the Hawks?
It's awesome. Yeah, we both go to Rockwall High, but we're here for the Heath game, and we're so excited that we're here.
All right, I understand those Yellow Jackets doing good over in Roy City as well.
Yes, sir.
You bet. That's Madison and Maddie. Everybody having a good time here. Rockwall ISD showing out all the talent that we have throughout this school.
Well, your Heath Hawks.
Yeah.
Heath Hawks now 1-0 in district play as they get the 51-21 victory over the Tyler Legacy Red Raiders. Everybody handshaking at midfield. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And we'll be back for post-game interviews after this.
You in our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why.
And we're back. Shannon Rodden getting ready to talk to Coach Webb.
Coach Rodney Webb here, post-game coach. Everything going your way tonight, and a lot of Hawks contributing.
Yeah, the big message pregame tonight was to start fast. And that's what we did. Really hitting our stride in every phase in the first half. And, from that point forward, it was, awesome night. Got a lot of kids playing time, got a lot of kids the football. And the most important thing is that we're 1-0 in district.
You bet. So, Coach, talked about it every week. You got to bring it. And I've already seen where North Forney and Forney battling tonight. Big on Forney, didn't quite see that one coming. Rockwall up big on Royce City over there. So these two teams here in Rockwall are getting after it. But like you say, it's just going to be a dogfight every week.
Yeah, I still say that on any given night, from what I've seen on film, I think anybody in 10-6A is capable of beating anybody else on any given night. So, we're looking forward to having the open week coming up to lick our wounds a little bit and get a little bit healthy. And North Forney, 2 weeks from tonight. So,
you bet. Well, Coach, congratulations. Team's on a roll, and look forward for the playoff run.
Thank you.
Coach Rodney, business here tonight.
Well, we'll go over some stats while we wait for the team to have their meeting, the team song playing as the Hawks celebrate their 51-21 victory. Hawks with 26 first downs in this game, 550 total yards.
Hey, guys, I have to have a special shout out. I had a picture to the smallest Hawk in a little onesie down there in Waco with Gracie and Waylon texting in. What do you want to say to him, Coach?
Hey, that boy is already all Hawk. He was all in. He had his little onesie on tonight, and little Waylon is ready to go.
You bet. Well, they texted in a little shout out and congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
So, Coach Webb celebrating not only the victory, but also the birth of his first grandchild. And Hawks having a one-sided victory today. 26 first downs, 550 total yards, 233 in the air, and 317 yards on the ground.
Remind me again who all we're getting here.
I think we need to talk to some defensive players, Shannon. I would get Zeke Cannon, I would get Carson Adams, and I'd get Keith and Jones if you can.
Okay.
Tyler Legacy, 13 first downs in the game, 295 yards, 204 in the air, only 91 on the ground. And as we've talked about, this Hawks defense just really stuffing the run again in this one, doing a great job of applying pressure and keeping a very big offensive line in the backfield most of the game. So the Hawks finishing up their speech from the head coach. We'll see if we can get 3 or 4 of them for post-game interviews. Big homecoming victory for the Heath Hawks. Homecoming dance tomorrow night, but they will be celebrating this one tonight.
Where does Heath have their homecoming dance?
Well, I don't have any kids in school anymore, so I don't really know, Tristan, but...
And that's all my contribution to the Rockwall Sports Center postgame show.
Well, thanks, buddy. I'll try to look that up when I get done broadcasting. Team normally breaks into defense and specialty huddles with all the coaches. And then once they're done, we'll get some interviews. Looks like we're just about ready.
All right, guys, y'all got me?
We got you.
All right, we got some of the defensive heroes. Don't get enough love here. We'll start out with our two cornerbacks. We call it the law office of Jones and Jones. But great job tonight. Great, Quincy. Great defensive coverage there early, as always, and a huge interception there in the end zone. Tell me about that interception.
I mean, yeah, they were bunched up like that. You know, they haven't came like that all game. They tried to run a corner, speed turn, hot punch the ball, take it away from receiver. Yep, and we celebrate.
Good deal. And, you know, I talked to Coach about it, that y'all faced three of the best passing teams in the preseason. And then now, as we get into district play, it's a little more geared towards the run game. But how big was that experience during those first 4 games of seeing those good passing teams? How has that helped you improve here for district play?
Yes, sir. I feel like it helped us a lot. Seeing some of the best players, some of the best quarterbacks, you know, in the state, I just feel like it got us better for our district games. Yes, sir.
You bet. Well, guys, keep locking them down there on the corners, and best of luck to you as we head deeper into district play, 1-0.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet. Number 16, and I want number 9 over there too. Luke Mitchell. And I'm going to start here with Carson. Congratulations, guys. But Carson, it says a lot when we had a guy last week had 2 interceptions and a forced fumble, and he wasn't even player of the game. It's because Coach had a lot of praise for number 16. You have been making plays, as all of you guys. We talked about it. Best linebacking core in the state of Texas. And what's it been like? You guys just been all over the place.
You know, as you just said, one of the best linebacking cores in the state. It really just comes to holding ourselves to that standard, and also holding ourselves to that standard during the week in preparation, and just using that in the game.
You bet. And so, Luke, this is really for both you guys. How much fun is it playing for a defense coordinator like Coach Shannon Carter? Y'all have to be excited every time it's 3rd down and long.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. I love our 3-4 concepts because the backers just get active, and he's always sending us, and I just love it. It's a defense built for us.
You bet. So is there ever a time when he's calling up maybe a defense formation and you are saying, no, I want to go?
I mean, he sends us a lot, so we kind of get used to just going.
Yeah, we'll just go.
We'll just go whenever he calls us.
So sometimes, like, when it's long downs, I'll just add in, and he gets mad at me after because I wasn't supposed to go. But usually works out in our favor for most of the time. But I got.
You bet. Well, guys, hey, congratulations on 1-0. You guys are the heart and soul of this defense, and let's keep it going. Got the bye week, and let's come back and make a playoff run.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you, sir.
Carson App and Luke Mitchell. That's about as good as it gets at defense, guys.
No doubt about it, and another great defensive performance tonight for the Hawks, as the Heath Hawks have a decisive victory over the Tyler Legacy Red Raiders and are now 1-0 in District 10-6A, 4-1 overall. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. For Tristan Rodden on the boards, Truman Nixon, our spotter, Brian James on camera, and Shannon Rodden, I'm Justin Webb. So long for now from the Rockwall ISD